Radio Biafra International, empowering the people. Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
Biafra is proud to launch its new mobile app. This app makes it easier for listeners to access live and repeat broadcasts at any given time. The app is available on Android and Apple stores and is free to install, so just search for Radio Biafra into all one word to get the app on your device.
Radio Biafra International broadcasts are always anchored on well-researched information and not based on personalities, frivolities, and foul languages. The main objective of Radio Biafra International is to empower Biafrans and give them knowledge through professionally delivered information, education, and enlightenment towards the ultimate goal of restoration of the nation of Biafra.
So don't forget, Radio Biafra into all one word.
And join us during our podcasts and you'll be glad you did.
Stop spending time with the wrong people. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never ever insist yourself to someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people that stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand beside you when you're at your worst that are your true friends. Stop trying to be someone you're not. One of the greatest challenges in life is being yourself in a world that's trying to make you like everyone else. Someone will always be prettier. Someone will always be smarter. Someone will always be younger. But they will never be you. Don't change so people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Stop trying to hold on to the past. You cannot start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Stop being scared to make a mistake. Doing something and getting it wrong is at least 10 times more productive than doing nothing. Every success has a trail of failures behind it, and every failure is leading towards success. You end up regretting the things you did not do far more than the things you did. Stop getting involved in relationships for the wrong reasons. Relationships must be chosen wisely. It is better to be alone than to be in bad company. There's no need to rush. If something is meant to be, it will happen at the right time, with the right person, and for the best reason. Stop rejecting new relationships just because old ones didn't work. In life, you'll realize that there's a purpose for everyone you meet. Some will test you, some will use you, and some will teach you. But most importantly, some will bring out the best in you. Stop trying to compensate against things that are not there. And stop trying to compete against everyone else. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself only. I just have to repeat this. This warrants a repeat. Stop trying to compete against everyone else. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself only. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never, ever insist yourself to someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people that stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand beside you when you're at your worst that are your friends.
Yamasa 2020. I think champion who Bakola went on the lot before you became with you. This is what the state say, wherever Corona went off money before what they say about holiday now. What can you get the I want to know before you became with you.
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, great people of God, children of light, members of the covenant community of Yahweh Yeshua. We want to say welcome to a broadcast, yes, live broadcast. Today being the 16th day of this month of August, this very good year of the Lord 2020. Of course, this is Radio Biafra International, and you are most welcome. This is where we'll congregate. This is where we'll come together and look at, yes, issues as it concerns Biafrans and Biafra. Of course, we will continue to do the needful. Do not get us wrong. So many a times people come with all manner of questions, but the issue remains, where are we? Have you asked yourself that question? Where are we in the scheme of things? What is going on? As we speak, they are closing in on our people. So much is happening. We need to continue to do the needful, and that will entail eventually the restoration of our sovereign nation, Biafra. And so we beg of you to understand the exigency of this time. Yes, the importance of what is going on, the implication, the impact it will eventually have both on you as an individual and on our people as a people. And so it is not a matter of me or you, it's a matter of us. We have to come together. We must have to join hands. We have to, of course, do what we need to do. The Fulanese, yes, the Janjaweed, if you want, any name you want to call them, they have multiplicity of names. Yes, they have that. They are called by different names, by different people. And so we do not want to limit it to anything. We want to say to you in a very simplistic manner that the enemy, yes, the enemy, they are closing in from different points, and they are playing the game, which I call tripartite game. Yes, the game I call tripartite game is a situation where you have different kind of people coming with different strategy, but one goal. Yes, one goal. They have one objective, and their objective is, of course, to consume us, take us over. That has been their preoccupation. Go and check the history. You do not need to believe us. Go on the history and you will understand why they have chosen to be, of course, taking over people's land. And they do that with all manner of magic, if you like. For so many of you, I have to put this on record. The Fulanese, another name I give to them, that's my personal name. They are what I called the Marabout. Yes, they are my name, the name I gave to them is the Marabout people. If you like, go and research about the Marabout people. I will leave it there. But I'm saying to you, there is need, very, very urgent need. The clarion call is on, and it is for you to answer. If we do not, if we continue to give all manner of reasons, all manner of excuses, all manner of course, backyard comments, eventually the reality will be so shocking to the point that so many people will die, not by the bullet or by the sword of the Fulanis, but by the shock of their own, of their own shadow. Because our people, I have learned, even history has revealed, they do not learn, they do not react proactively, they react reactively. I want you to go check the history. Do not believe me. I want you to go down the history, go and check. You will understand. We do not act on time, and they have known that. They have equally, of course, gleaned from our own behavior that we are people who will make noise so much, and that's why we have been very quiet, like like the lake. But I want to tell you, do not underrate. Do not think we are sleeping. At no point in time will we sleep. The only thing is that we are moving based on certain calculated, of course, effort. And it has not been easy. We have to be honest to you. It has not been easy. But I want to say to you, yes, steady, we will continue. We will never, ever relent. It's a war. It's a fight. Yes, it's a confrontation, if you like, that we have to, of course, do creditably. And so I will be saying to you, let us go on to today's program. What we want to do, a very short program, but we want to bring to you, what's going on in Biafra land. And again, how Biafrans are being treated around the whole world. They are being somehow rejected. Yes, there's a kind of maltreatment on Biafrans in different places. You know what I'm saying. Even in Ghana, yes. And I always say to some of our people, you may not blame them. Yes, Ghanaians, you may not blame them. Because if you want to blame them, you need to go and research about Ghana Must Go. There's a bag they call Ghana Must Go. Go and check the origin of that name on that bag. I want you to go and do that research. But again and again, we are saying one thing. No matter how we want to run around, eventually, I want to repeat, eventually, Miridoneju, Dolwankita, that is to say, yes, the water that is, of course, in that small, if you like, the dog, eating bowl. Yes, the water that is inside it is waiting for the dog and not the dog waiting for the water. I am saying this so that you understand that our duty, our own call to deliver on this particular situation will eventually remain our call to do the duty. If you like, give reasons. After all, I'm overseas. Yes, but you came from somewhere. You will understand it when the time comes. If you like, say it, but they are not getting it. Want everybody to be together and everything. You're correct. But you're correct in your own smallness. You need to be doing something. And that thing got to be something good that will project and preserve, promote exactly what we are doing. So that at the end of the day, when we add up all the effort, it will take us to a common ground, a ground that will be beneficial to you and me and our generation yet unborn. I am saying this, and we have been doing all this to ensure, yes, notwithstanding, so many do not understand exactly what's going on. But we believe in one thing, and that thing is keep your hands straight, keep clean all the things you're doing. Yes, they may criticize you. It is their entitlement. They may say things bad about you. It is equally their entitlement. But guess what? Time will tell. I always tell people this. Time, you see time, as it moves, as it ticks, do not underrate it. Time will expose a lot of things. It will expose those who are on the right side and those who are on the wrong side. So do not waste your time going into or disturbing yourself with all manner of thoughts. Yes, everybody will continue to do their thing, but eventually, I want to repeat, eventually, the real or the true nature of what is being done will be exposed. And so we are here to continue, yes, the unstoppable, yes, move, advancement to our ultimate position. Yes, we are targeted to a target, if you like, and that target is to restore, yes, the sovereign state of Biafra. Allow me to continue with, of course, the program. And before we do, let us say a very, very quick prayer, and I will bring the people on the platform so that we start this very short program. And like we said, we will be bringing to you how Biafrans are being treated overseas. We will be looking at that. You can call us. Don't get us wrong. You can call us when the time comes. You call and make your contribution and tell us what you think about what's going on. A lot is going on. And before I forget, we want to ask you to go on your YouTube and share what is going on. Yes, go and share it to all your friends and relations. Go and do that. If you're on Facebook, yes, go on the Facebook and do a party watch. That is how you help in this, of course, promoting, projecting, and preserving our people and their culture, their value system. Of course, what we do not for ourselves. We are not important. That's how I always tell people this. We are not important. Sometimes some people don't understand it. This is beyond any individual. It's beyond my own personal self. And that's why I always tell people we are, as individuals, we are not important. What is important is that will restore our dignity, that will preserve our people and the generation yet unborn. That is the key. That is the focus. That should be the driver, and that should propel you to do whatever you are doing. And so do not look at it as if it is for you and you alone. There is somebody. There are people who are yet to come. They have share. They have, of course, quota in what we are doing. And so if you understand it, yes, go ahead and do the needful. Let us pray. Let us call on God. Let us ask him for his mercy, for his directives, for his, of course, protection, for his blessings in all we do. Because no matter how you want to put it, yes, anyone that is with God definitely is with majority. And so we will continually ascribe, continually, of course, generate before and reference our Most High God, Creator, Maker of heaven and earth, the sustainer of this life, the one who has, of course, in his mercy, we have continued to do what we are doing. And so we ask you, we enjoin you to come with us in what we are doing. That is for every one of us. Let us pray. Thank you, God. Thank you for your own grace on all of us, on all your children, on all your people, called for a purpose, of course, to live out your will. Father, we thank you. We glorify your holy name. We continue to magnify. We continue to praise. We continue to thank. We cannot thank you enough because of all the gift, all the blessings, all the endowment you have graciously, generously given to our people. They are people that are so scorned by virtually everybody on the planet Earth. They are hated in everywhere they go, but these people have so much to give. But again, oh Lord, our sins have been finding us out. Our not so much uprightness has been making us not to live out our fullness of your grace, of your blessings. And so we continue to ask you to sustain, to hold on to us, to give us more grace, more, of course, opportunities to live to the fulfillment of your own design, of your own call. We ask all this in the mighty name of God, we pray. Amen. Thank you, friends, well-wishers, lovers of freedom and justice, men and women, and of course, lovers of freedom. We are so grateful that you are, of course, doing what you need to do. We ask you to continue. It's not easy. Justice is one of the things that have led to most of the war, most of the, of course, problems of this world. Perhaps you are not aware. I hear people say most times, oh my God, we need to have peace, but not realizing that there is a connection. There is a connection between peace and justice. They do not realize that. And again, they do not realize that there is a connection between justice and, of course, the system and the truth. Yes, they do not realize that, because when you look at Nigeria of today, when you check out the kind of pains our people are passing through, there are ones in UAE, yes, they are going through agonizing pain. As I speak to you, they've driven so many of them out of their houses. Some are not even sleeping under any roof. The question you will be asking is, why must that be? But anyway, before we go further, I will go on to the platform to bring all the panelists for them to make their own welcoming speech. Let me come to our dear sister Ozioma Eme. Ozioma Eme, I want you to go ahead and, of course, welcome our people. I want you to go ahead and welcome our people. Go ahead, Ozioma Eme. Thank you and God bless you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Am I coming out clear?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Good afternoon, the wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, lovers of justice. I thank you all for listening to today's program, and I thank the panelists that are, the time they're sharing. So thanks. Go to Mazi and Emene for hosting the program. The information we share here is for you to know what's going on around you and apply the information for your own safety and for the safety of your family and your friends. So you can get your friends to come listen with you, or send them the link to listen, because your life in Biafra land depends on the information we're giving here. So, well, I'm glad to be here, and I'll be on standby. Thank you much.
Yeah, thank you, our dear sister Ozioma Eme. We cannot thank you enough for all your support, of course, for being consistent with what we do for our people. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you, my dear sister. And at this point, let's go to our own, yes, indefatigable Ichediko Chinawata, a man who will tell it to you from his heart. Of course, it works. It works very well to see that all these things are, coming to you. Go ahead, Ichediko Chinawata. Thank you very much, and good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. You're so kind. The plans today is beautiful day.
Yeah, it looks like we lost him. Something happened, and we lost that connection. He will eventually be joining us, and so we want to thank you for, of course, being out there. And we say to you, do not give up. That's our encouragement to you. Do not give up. Yes, things might not look so good. It might not look so good, but don't ever you give up. It is one of the things we have noticed, and so we want to say to you, do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. We will continue to fight the fight, and eventually we will triumph over all the challenges we are encountering. That is part of life. That is part of life. We cannot wish it away. That's part of life. So we have to be very, very resilient and continue. Yes, Chinawata is back. Let's go back to him. Chinawata, go ahead. We lost you. We lost
As
you.
I was saying, my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by those who believe that if the short radio Biafra disappear with our effort to bring the gospel of restoration to our people, that we are going to be deterred. We are not going to be deterred. And we must march on. So my brother Nemen, I'm standing by, and I welcome our people to listen to this gospel and then know that what is good for the soul is good for the body. So if we're able to bring you this good news, take it as one of those messages that you have received in the church, in this church service. Thank you again, my brother Nemen. I am standing by.
Thank you, Mazi Ichedike Chinawanta. Thank you very much. And we will continue as our people join us. We will bring them, of course, to have a tete-a-tete with you and make you understand again their commitment, their own contribution towards, yes, the one goal, and that is restoration of Biafra. You know, there's been a whole lot of discussion. Sometimes some people tell you, yes, some people will tell you, oh, you know what, we want it this way. We don't want it the other way. We want it the other way. We don't, you know, that's all part of it. They are entitled to their own opinion. But again and again, we are all different in our own ways of doing things. But if we are honest, don't get me wrong, I want you to be honest to yourself. If we are honest, first and foremost, to our own very self, then the second level will be to be honest to your fellow human beings. And in this case, our own people, we will go far. But sometimes I have met with people who called me and say, is it possible for us to be honest? And it was a bit tough question, because I always say to them, if you are saying you cannot be honest, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that the nature will ever work with you and give you good things? Yes, there's something called nemesis. If even you're not a believer in God, the Creator Himself, I want to ask you, there is something about this nature. From where we are coming from, we have a culture embedded on so much value, so much that, of course, they will tell you certain things about Ofo no Ogu. And I say to people, what is Ofo and what is Ogu? Do you understand that? Some will tell me, I say, nah, forget about thinking about it. That is truth. That is honesty. That is justice. If you do not understand it, go and check again. If you are, of course, priding yourself as a Biafran, you must know most of these things. And we continue to tell people, go check the Ahira Declaration. Yes, go and check it. You will see where all these things were captured. I said, go and check Ahira Declaration. We may not be able to read it today for you to listen, but we will be reading something written by a man. Yes, a man we have been working closely with, and he wrote something of late. Is yet to publish it. I want to tell you that so much is happening. People don't know this. Many people, even as we speak, do not know who the Fulanis are. They do not know who our enemies are. I am being honest to you. They, in fact, for some who have gotten to maybe known them, don't even understand exactly what they represent. They just know them by name. They are Fulanis, or Fulani, you know, Fulani cattle, whatever, and whatever name them. But the truth is that those represent your death. I am being honest with you. We do not want to paint any word. For some, they will tell us, no, there's a way you do it. We don't want to fight. But my question to many people, how do you organize a fight? Can you explain to me? How do you organize a fight? Yes, in the world, there's what we call synchronous and asynchronous. How do you organize asynchronous fight? I want to know. That will tell you it's not a function of you want to fight. No, it's not. It's even more a function of your enemy, your opposition. And so when you are confronted with such a situation, it's not about, oh, what is your mind towards the whole situation. No, that one doesn't, you shouldn't count. The most important, the most critical of all is the mindset or the intention of the opposition, not yours. Otherwise, you already, how do I put it? You're already defeated, beyond defeat. You're gone. And so, when we say to people, do not underrate our enemies, they don't seem to understand it. As we speak, many are, of course, gearing towards 2023. They're not sure of tomorrow, but they are very good sure. Yes, absolutely sure of 2023. And I wonder how they are reasoning. You need to go, first and foremost, do not believe me, but go and get the data. I don't want you to form a data. I say, go and retrieve the data. It's there. How they've been behaving. How they even got into that place they're occupying today. Go and get the data and find out what was their purpose of coming there. Go check in detail how they got in. Check the tactics. Check all they've done. You need to do this in order to understand where they are going. Because in our own adage, they will say, he who does not know where he's coming from, surely, I said surely, will never ever know where he's moving to or where he's heading to. And so we urge you to do yourself that favor. Go look up the data so that it will help you to understand this situation we are facing. Today, as we speak, the so-called passport do not take you anywhere. Yes, the so-called passport will not pass you into any country. You know that. Many who are in diaspora can, of course, vouch for what we're saying. And it goes a long way to tell you eventually what is waiting for all of us. Do we need to tell you about the loan? What has happened with the loan? They took the loan, but guess what? They removed the Southeast from the loan. But guess what? What will be utilized to service and pay for the loan, if they will ever be able to pay, is going to come from the same place they removed from using or making or being part of the expenditure of the loan. What does that tell you? Nothing. They have started putting gas pipe from the Southeast. In case you're not aware, the greatest deposit of gas is in the Southeast. Go and check. Do not believe us. But as we speak, they are laying pipe from that side, crossing of course, the desert and heading to Europe. Are you aware? You know you're not aware. And whichever they do, they try to cover it. Because I have been able to, of course, have this debate with some Quakers, and they keep telling me, okay, let's do things good. I say, you don't understand your enemy. That is your greatest problem. You do not understand your enemy. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to study your enemy more. That is what will shape your strategy. That is what will shape your readiness. That is what will tell you if eventually there will be light at the end of the tunnel. These people are not people you can joke with. These people are not people you should be sleeping. I mean, forgetting that they are around. You need to sleep with one eye open. I am saying this so that you understand that the weather is no longer what it used to be. We are, somebody sent me a video where a man who lives in Port Harcourt was saying that, of course, that he ran into some sort of checkpoint and they started beating him up. For no just cause, no reason given. And eventually, one opened up and said, use the bayonet. There's a knife, that usually get attached to the military gun. It's called bayonet. So the one was telling the other soldier to use the bayonet and give him good mark. So he wanted to destroy one of his eyes. He wanted to damage one of his eyes. So when he was trying to do that, the guy shifted his eyes. He showed us the mark where the bayonet, destroyed his face. And he said it was when the guy was about to, pluck one of his eyes, when he was told, the other soldier told him to go ahead and do. And eventually, let me cut the long story short, they told the guy it was a message we are sending to your people to know that we are here. Did you hear what I said? They are sending a message. And I'm saying this, I want to reveal so many things. Our people need to understand that they are just around us. If you have seen the draft, the draft, the way they play draft, this black and white board, that's exactly the kind of picture I want you to have. These guys have encircled us in a draft style. It's a military strategy. I have to be honest to you. And so many of you are very much in doubt of what is about to unfold. Some want to believe that when you speak in this nature, they say, oh, that's doom. You can call it doom today, and I will give it to you, that it could be doom. But tomorrow will come, like I always say, time will prove everything under the sun. Time, you just need time. Everything will be proven. Those that will be unveiled will be unveiled when the time comes. And so we are begging of you, take this serious. Our people need to wake up from their slumber. Not all of them are sleeping, but some are sleeping. We need to wake up. We need to do the needful. There's been a lot of argument, a lot of confusion, a lot of fight, a lot of course, distraction, a lot of destruction going on, even among our people. We are saying it has to end. Even if you cannot work with, if you cannot work with A, please work on your own self, but do the needful, do the good one. Yes, that at the end of the day, it can always be said, yes, you have done wonderfully well to contribute to the advancement, to the protection, to the projection of our people. That is very, very critical. Very critical. And so as we go, we want to say to you, you can call us. Yes, you can call us on any of our numbers, +1 786 352 8757, and make your own contribution. Yes, do not get us wrong. You can call us. We are very, very free. We do not stop people from making calls. We don't do that. We do not teleguide or make all kind of muchi muchi. We live things the way they are. We believe so we believe so strongly in being our real self, and that's why we come to you the way we come. We come with the truth. We come with things the way they are. You may not like it. I have to be, of course, warn you. You may not like all the things we say, but we want to tell you what we know, the honest truth. You can doubt it. It's up to you. It's your right. It's your right to doubt it. But we beg of you, in all these things, try to apply yourself a little. Go do research. Go ask other questions. Seek for more information. Take informed decisions. Do not just make a decision just for the fact you want to. Go and research. Get information. Yes, relevant information. And based on those informations, take your decision. We respect your individuality. We respect your right to your own opinion. That's what we do. That's what we practice. We will continue. We are saying our people are, of course, in serious danger. Let me come to Ichediko Chinawata. I want him to look at this issue before I will begin to play for you some clips. You can call us, like we said, on +1 786 352 8757, and we'll take your call. You can as well call us on +44 29 2128 6541. Yes, +44 29 2128 6541. And you call us, we'll bring you, of course, to this channel for you to air your own view. You are entitled to your opinion. We want to be very honest to you. You are entitled to your opinion. It is all your right to express your view. You may call and tell us, of course, that you do not agree. It's part of it because it helps us to know exactly how our people are thinking through this particular situation. And so we welcome you. I want to come to Chinawata Ichedike for him to look at this issue. Our people need to wake up. They need to wake up. They need to do the needful now. Tomorrow might be too late. Let's go to Chinawata. Chinawata, you're welcome, and go ahead and let's hear what you have to say about this topic, this issue. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much again, my brother Nemana. To ask Biafrans, especially the Igbo extraction, to ask them to wake up, Lazarus to rise without Christ is not possible, because there are so many warning signs, so many things that could have actually told the Igbos or Biafrans that they should wake at least to be on alert. So many incidents, so many times, right after the war, what did the Igbos do? After they have been slaughtered massively in the northern part of Nigeria, what did they do? They rushed back. They rushed back without recourse. They rushed back without plans. They rushed back because they don't know, why they I just can't understand it. But then they rushed back to get more. My brother Nemere, they have started killing Igbos in the northern Nigeria. That has not taught us a lesson. Emmanuel came and exposed the Abuja Declaration and told them that, hey, there is no word of Christianity in Nigerian Constitution. Do you think anyone learned anything about that? No. This Buba Galadima, who was actually among them, is actually the one of the holders of the meeting that Nigeria came out and told them that he's trying to protect the lives and property of the southern Nigeria and especially the southeastern. Do you think they listen? It is like you say something, they're going to back it. Now, I heard one of them commented that Buhari, coming back another 4 years, is there at the civil war. Be that bad. You see, northern Nigeria has declared war on Nigeria for a long time. We now call it a Cold War, and now we call it a war of peace. In 2017 and 2018, I think, if I'm not wrong, right, in 2019, there were handshakes across the Niger, handshake across the Benue, southeastern part of Nigeria and the entire southern Nigeria was shaken. Northern north, east, and northwest.
Mazi Ichedike Chinawata, the signals are not so clear. I don't know. You may need to reposition yourself. You may need to reposition yourself. It looks like the network is the problem there. I think there's need to reposition yourself. But before you come back, we may have to go to our dear sister so that you finish repositioning yourself. But anyway, like we were saying, is looking at so many of the things that have happened in the past, is asking questions, and we really have to ask ourselves individually those kind of questions to understand where the time is at this point in time. But before any other thing, I want to play to you something very, very important. I said very important, by a Nigerian pastor. But before I get to the Nigerian pastor, I want to show you, because there's a video I got, how they've started killing some people in the north in terms of those who are Christians. And we will now see for ourselves that we are being battled all over the whole world. Yes, whereas other nations or other countries do not or have not been treating our people fine, back home, war is raging. But in the midst of all this, I want you to listen to a man they call Myles Munroe. Yes, I want you to listen to him, and you hear what he said. He's of blessed memory, of course. He died, I think, about 6-7 years ago. I want you to listen, because there's a message he delivered, very outstanding. I want you to pay closer attention to Myles Munroe. Okay, Mazi Ichedike Ochinawanta is back. Go ahead and finish your thought on this issue before we play. After your decision,
my point is that we must continue to bring the news, whether our people are hearing it or not, or whether they are understanding what we are doing or not. The good books said that many are called, but few are chosen. So it's very few chosen beyond and becoming of the kingdom of God himself. They are translated.
Okay, thank you very much, Ichedike Ochinawanta. Thank you very, very much for that contribution. And at this point, we will be going straight on to what Myles Munroe have to say. I want you to pay attention. Please pay very good attention. Myles Munroe will be talking now. I want you to listen to this man and hear what he has to contribute.
So the world cannot heal itself, but whatever you avoid, you can never change. So you must become the answer to your own prayer. Stop asking God to send someone to heal your country. Do you know how long people have been praying for their governments? And their countries are still collapsing? You cannot expect righteousness from an unrighteous person. I mean, that is so simple, but it's running right over your head. You know the person is a demon. You pray, oh Lord, please, just help us, Lord. I pray for my government. How could you pray for a demon to be good? The Bible does say, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Not when the demon who you pray to be righteous, pray righteous in power. No, he said when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. The same verse says, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. I wonder how many countries are groaning. The poor, the oppressed, the widows, the children, the young people are groaning. People losing their houses and losing their sanity and losing their jobs and their businesses and losing their health and can't even get medical attention because they ain't got no money. They're groaning. He said that's because the wicked are in power.
I hope you listen to the man speak. And if you have, what can you make out of that thought? I want to repeat it. Permit me to repeat it again. I want to replay it again. I want to replay it because I want you to pay closer attention to what Miles Monroe have said many years ago, not even 5 years ago. It's about 8 to 10 years. He said what you are listening to. Listen again.
So the world cannot heal itself, but whatever you avoid, you can never change. So you must become the answer to your own prayer. Stop asking God to send someone to heal your country. Do you know how long people have been praying for their governments? And their countries are still collapsing? You cannot expect righteousness from an unrighteous person. I mean, that is so simple, but it went right over your head. You know the person is a demon. You pray, oh Lord, please, just help us, Lord. I pray for my government. How could you pray for a demon to be good? The Bible does say, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Not when the demon who you pray to be righteous, pray righteous in power. No, he said when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. The same verse says, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. I wonder how many countries are groaning. The poor, the oppressed, the widows, the children, the young people are groaning. People losing their houses and losing their sanity and losing their jobs and their businesses and losing their health and can't even get medical attention because they ain't got no money. They're groaning. He said that's because the wicked are in power.
The wicked are in power and our own people are groaning. Of course, that is the true position. Yes, you might want to say one thing or the other. And there's something he said at the beginning. If you don't want to go through it, if you do not want to face it, if you are so scared of the situation, in the sense that you want to deny it, you want to avoid it, you want to give all manner of reasons, guess what? It's not going to solve the problem. That you like it, you don't like it, it's not going to solve the problem. What will is when you have made up your mind to step out, to face squarely, to go through that particular problem, that challenge, to tackle it, yes, head on. That is when you begin to dream of practical result, empirical reward. I want to come to our platform because one of us, yes, a veteran for that matter, Mazia Hambe Flaokando, joined us. Let's hear from him before we proceed. We will be playing for you some of the things said by pastors in that contraption, how they are looking at it when the bishops, Catholic bishops of Nigeria, have come together and said, quote me, because he's on a good authority. They have said that things are going out of hand, and they want to say to their own, the people they are shepherding, they are saying to them, go ahead, defend yourself. The security, the insecurity in the country is getting out of hand. But I have to repeat, it has gotten out of hand long time before now, but they are coming at this point. Let's go to Mazia Hamefla Okando, a veteran, a man who has committed to what we are doing, who has seen, even when they said, when they were telling us about the 3R, I don't know if you are aware of it. I don't know even which one has come to fruition. I don't know. You may be better than me. That's why I said you need to call us. We are not know it all. We are saying to you what the ones we have known. So you may have to come to help us, to share with us your knowledge. We need it. Let's go to Mazia Hameflo. Hameflo, go ahead. Good evening, sir, and welcome to the program. Go ahead. Our people are listening. They want to hear from you. Yes, Mazia Hameflo Kando. If you are listening, go ahead and unmute. At least for now, go ahead and unmute and let us hear from you what you think. We are looking at how what is going on around our people. We are being rejected everywhere. In so many countries, they do not welcome their friends. Back home, the Fulanis are pushing us away from our own fatherland. And these people are not indigenous of the so-called Nigeria. They are aliens. They came in there sometime late 17th century to 18th century. And so that goes a long way to tell you we are yielding to, of course, foreigners. Go ahead, Mazia Hameflo Kando.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mazda Nemena. Our story with the Fulanese is centuries behind. When we're talking about even slavery, they started trading with across the Sahara. They started trading with down south until the British came and they all met in the Middle Belt area. That was what stopped the advancement. The Fulanis technically are people who are looters, they are grabbers, they are rapists, they are marauders. So when you were hearing about Ali Baba were all these Fulanese and the Arabs. Remember when the Arabs mixed up with the blacks, that's how we got the Fulanese. They centered in the Futajalam mountain, but because of their wickedness and selfishness, they were driven away from Futajalam mountain and they started roaming around the West African country until they got to Nigeria in 1804. And from there, the story is what we are seeing today. So between 1804 and 1808, they were able to conquer the Hausas. And it's important we understand the strategy of the Fulanese. Very, 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 very important for future generation. The Fulanese, they will come with their cattle. They will come and plead with you, oh, can you give me a place, for the cattle to be, to take care of them and so on and so on. And because we Africans are very hospitable people, you allow them. The next thing they do is to start bringing their families. Then they start preaching Islam to you. They start telling you, oh, your government or your rulership or your leaders are corrupt and so on. They convince the youth to help them to take over from their fathers and listen. And that's how they got all these airmen you are seeing in northern Nigeria and Ilorin in the west. So this is the way the Fulanese have been operating. Of all things, if we do not hammer on this at all times, our people will be confused. Now, when they come, the next thing they will do is to start bribing you. At any material time, they will kill you and take over your property. They take over your wives because they're always interested in raping women, taking over women as sex slaves. These are the things that the Fulanese have always done. And they did this based on the fact that Islam has an agenda, Islamic agenda. So when you see what is going on today in Nigeria, it is the full Islamization agenda in progress. So, but for you to understand what is going on, I am telling you this. To understand, I will refer everybody. And if there is nothing we should do in the next 1 month to 2 months, in this Radio Biafra International, let us resurrect the presentation by Emmanuel Bosun of RCCG Church. He talked about the Abuja Declaration of 1989. That document is important for everybody. I have been talking about it. That document and Abuja Ahera Declaration are documents that I want every child, especially in the former Eastern region, every child should read these documents. Ahera Declaration, Abuja Declaration of 1989, it's important. Then Naburi Accord. You have to understand these documents very well. When you understand these documents very well, then you will understand why the whole of black people and Africans in Nigeria should learn to work together and they resist the Fulanese. You have to do that. I just have to encapsulate it this way. It is very, very important. Every other thing we are talking about will be a waste of time. When you understand it, you know that that is what is happening in Nigeria today. That's why the Fulanese had the audacity to have 16 of the 17 security chiefs in Nigeria are all Fulanese. How do you comprehend? How do you understand this? You go to northern Nigeria, even up to Ilorin, you have MNs who are Fulanese. They have taken over this. How many of them in Nigeria? They are, according to Olusegun Obasanjo, General Olusegun Obasanjo, they are just between about 5 to 7 million people in Nigeria. But because they know how to sow seed of discord, wherever they come, they plant seed of discord so that the people will be fighting amongst themselves. As you are fighting amongst yourselves, what are they doing? They are looting, taking over everything. Go to Port Harcourt today. The NNPC is dominated by Hausa and Fulanese from the north. And yet, they planted the seed of discord in the former Eastern region such that our brothers and sisters in the River Rhine area are not agreeing with us. No, northern part of Biafra. You see? They make sure that the whole of the South, the Igbos and Yorubas are constantly fighting unnecessarily. Not knowing that all Yorubas and Yorubas and Igbos. When I say Igbos, I'm talking about the whole of the former Eastern region. We are all Igbos. Technically. Then, but with fragments of Ijo, Idibio, Aparibon, and all those things, we are all the same people. Don't be fooled by what the Fulanis are doing. We must continuously emphasize this until people understand what is going on. This is why they decided to remove history from the school curriculum. But we, by the special grace of God, we are going to reverse this in due time. The moment we get Biafra, or whatever things you call it, but we must get our freedom. We must be liberated. We must protect our children that they will not go through this impunity of the Fulanis again. So patience is the key thing. No one person will be able to succeed in accomplishing this mission. Now that brings us to the point whereby we must learn to work together. We must learn to listen to one another. We must learn to edify ourselves. No one person can say, arrogate to himself that he is the supreme commander. We don't have any supreme commander from where we came from. We believe in collective leadership. That's what it's supposed to be. Anybody who comes with anything contrary to that is totally out of line with our democratic philosophy. Because when you talk about democracy, come to the former Eastern region, that's how we operate. Every village, anytime there is a need for any discussion that is political or that will bring people together, we bring everybody together and we are happy to listen to everybody's view. It is from the views of these different people that will come up with something strong. That is why when you say Igbo, that means that Igbos don't have kings. No, our kingship believes in God, who directs each and every one of us to work together. That's what it is. And that's what we constantly emphasize until we get our freedom. Thank you very much, Manzi. And thank you, members of the panel, for today. Thank you for the listening audience. All we are doing is we are trying to build our future, a strong future that our children will be proud to work. And don't forget, don't miss this point. As we are fighting for the former Eastern region to be together, we are extending our arms of friendship to the people from the Southwest. We are extending our arms of friendship to the Middle Belt people, because these are people who believe in working together, not coming out and taking over, as the Fulanis have constantly done. Our deep extension also goes to the Hausas, because Hausas are victims of the Fulanis. So the idea of saying Hausa Fulani, no, it is part of the tactics of the Fulanis, because they feel that since they have gotten them as slaves, then they can constantly use them. No, Hausas, they should now, from now, begin to have themselves away from the Fulanis. Thank you very much, Mazi Anema. God bless.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you, Mazi Ahame Flaukando. Of course, he has spoken well. I said so many things, one of which is that, of course, this is one thing our people don't understand. I said I call these Fulanis, I call them Marabout people. I want you to go and research it. They are Marabout people. These are people who will come with cow, but they do not eat of it. Yes, they give you what they don't eat. And they use the cow as sex, yes, sex object. And guess what? From the ordinary eye, it is just using it as, conga. But it's beyond that. I say, go and research. They are mad about people. Go on record, go and check the history. There's a reason I said what I said. Many of our people don't. As I speak to you, I check the record, I check the newspaper. Guess what? I think I have to read it. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Listen. A man called El Rufai, all of you know him. He was the one who threatened the white people who were coming to monitor the election, that if they come, they will come vertically, but they will leave horizontally. That he has enough body bag to take these guys home in body bags. Listen, I am so happy that this is coming up today. Listen very carefully. Breaking: South Kaduna leaders are criminals. I will make sure they are arrested. El Rufai. Did that make any sense? Listen very carefully. I will give you the background. He said Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State has further fanned the flames of division in Kaduna State by dismissing the concerns of the Southern Kaduna leaders and tagging them criminals. The newspaper said more details coming. I am so happy that this is, of course, coming out. Because like Mazia Hamefla rightly put, these people are on the receiving side now. I have a friend who lived in this place. I have been discussing with him. He told me a lot about this place, Southern Kaduna. He said anytime I hear Zagon, that is a settlement. You hear Zagon Kataf and Zango, whatever. So there's a whole lot of things happening here. But now, listen very carefully. The owners of Kaduna are the Southern people, I'm being honest to you. But they continue to push them. And very carefully, but very consistent. Do you know that all the federal presidents in Kaduna State, they are all of them from the teachers training college, from to what do you call it, Air Force training school, to what do you call it, Nigerian military training school, to what do you call this one, NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy, to police training college, to what do you call the other one, Nigeria, the defense DIC, the Defense Industrial Corporation of the Army, DICON or something of that nature. To a lot of them, all the federal government present, all of them in Kaduna State were all located in the northern part. I'm saying this because I hear people who will come with emotion to tell you, we are working to make peace. When you look at your enemy, I have always said to people, do not appraise the situation from your own point of what you want. No. It takes two to tango. I was told. It takes two to make a pair. I was told. It takes two to generate electricity. I was equally told. It takes two to make magnetic force to work. I was informed. It takes two to plot the graph. I do know X and Y's of the X and Y coordinate. It takes two even to read the map and read the distance. Because, of course, in longitude and latitude, you can find a coordinate. I'm mentioning all these two for you to understand. In your system, it takes, of course, two for you to be alive. Maybe you're not aware. Inside you, you have the blood and the water. Inside you, you have the artery, of course, and the veins. Inside you, the heart is divided into two, left and right. Inside you is divided as well, up and lower. Inside you, your brain is divided into two. That way, inside you, everything is in two. But you may not know. You may not know. And so, in this life, we face the same thing. Our enemies do not joke. You need to understand them properly before you can know, or you must know where to start from. I said this, El-Rufai is intimidating, of course, harassing these people. He has been doing it. In this, his last tenure, he removed the deputy governor, who used to be a Christian, and replaced him with, of course, a core Muslim. This is a man who has started the cleansing of all those who are not core Muslims. This is a man. You heard him now. Southern Kaduna, they are predominantly Christians. What's going on? Cleansing. They have been killed this year alone. They've been killed in thousands. Go and check. A man came up just last week. I want to play his listen, but we may not have time to play all of them. But before we go, I want to say to you, you need to wake up from your slumber. We are telling you, wake up from your slumber. Listen to the second news. This one is party. I don't want to go into it. I'm not in favor of party. Now, I am saying this because sometimes people don't understand what we're saying. Let me be honest to you. That's what they call in computer garbage in, garbage out. That is to say, logically speaking, you cannot get something that is good from something that is bad. It's not possible. In law, they will tell you, nemo that non quod habet. You cannot give or offer what you do not have. Let's assume I don't have a vehicle or I don't have money. And then you heard that I gave somebody 1 billion, but I got none. Something must have happened. It can't be by miracle or magic. I stole the money. That's the meaning. Yes, I gave somebody 1 billion, but I got no 1 billion. Then I must have stolen. Because I cannot give what I don't have. Nigeria got nothing in terms of integrity. I'm being honest to you. You heard the other time the Accountant General's office got burnt. Anyway, let us go to our dear sister Ozioma Eme to tell us what she thinks about what's this thing going on. After that, we'll welcome back and listen to Pastor. Yes, what's his name again? We'll listen to that pastor. He's an Hausa man. But you hear what he's telling you. He's speaking from the Hausa. He spoke in annoyance. He even went into, if you like, call it tongues. But he went into speaking Hausa towards the end of his advice. And all he's saying, very clearly, you will listen and understand. I want you to open your own ears. Let's come to our dear sister Ozioma. Ozioma, go ahead and tell us what you think on this that is happening right now. Go ahead. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mazi. Well, you've been saying all of this way before. I mean, it's not news to us. but the people you are talking to, they don't hear. Or if they hear, they don't understand, or they choose not to understand. People are saying our plans they've made decades and decades ago. And I feel some of our people that have sold their soul is still crawling in bed with them. Like the last speaker was saying, the people that are righteous, I know there are still a lot of you there. If you all band together and you know you have God with you, so you're majority, so we can get these people out of our land. It's not like we're saying they are on the roof or they're coming. They are inside the house with you. They're inside the house with you. So the sooner we all learn to work together and harness the mind of everyone, no one person can get Biafra. That's a definite. And anyone that tells you they are doing that, you need to run like you lost your leg or something. You just need to run and fly away from that person, because they're not honest to themselves, and they're not honest to people, and they're not honest to God. No one person can get Biafra. They are there for their own selfish reasons. When they sell their soul, that's how they excuse me. That is how they sound. So whatever you're doing, if when you do what's right in God's eyes, you will be rewarded. This fight is beyond one person, beyond two people. We all need to work together and fight the evil that's right there in our midst. Like Mazil Okandu said, they come in as friends, but they're not your friends. And you guys are still thinking they are your friends. Are you kidding me? With all the things that are going on, when are you going to learn? When are you going to learn? I guess when you're dead, there's no more learning. You're gone. But we need to clear this up so that the future generation will not have to go through this. Will not have to go through this. So we need to face it. There's no more running from it. We need to face it squarely and take care of it. And that's all I'm pleading with everyone. So I thank you. And then whatever Erufai is saying, well, hopefully we'll get to the Western world who is sending people for whatever reason over there. If he has enough body bags, I hope his body may be one of those in that bag. Sorry to say that. But thank you very much, and we will continue to march until we win, because Biafra must be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, our dear sister Ozioma. And of course, you heard from her. I want to add to what she said. If El-Rufai will have body bags for those who were to come then to monitor the election, that's why I don't believe in Nigerian election. If El-Rufai got the courage to threaten the Western world that if they come, he got enough body bag. This is I don't want to use a rough language on him. There's a problem I have with some people. I have no respect for that man. I'm being honest to you. He studied in the Western world, right? He studied in US, UK. He came back. He was given a very, very powerful position, and he got so much money, amassed wealth. His son was somewhere in the Europe misbehaving. People who have gotten across to some of this will know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying here is that El-Rufai had a gunsome to tell the Western world that they need not to come to Nigeria and monitor any election. Otherwise, body bags will come home. Body bags will bring them home. Let me tell you the next news, an addendum to the first one I said. I want you to pay good attention because our people don't learn quickly. I want you to pay attention. I want to repeat what I said before. The news said breaking, Southern Kaduna leaders are criminals. I will make sure they are re-arrested. El Rufai. Hear the next news. I want you to pay attention and see the relationship between the next news. This one I just read, and this the second one. This is the second one. Listen very carefully. Hausa Fulani, we are original owners of Southern Kaduna. I want to repeat. Hausa Fulani, we are original owners of Southern Kaduna. Do you understand what happened? Something happened here. Something seriously happened here. For your information, you may have it that, of course, Hausa Fulani, there's something like Hausa, is not true. That is fallacy. I am bringing this up because Mazia Ahmed Flaokand highlighted it. For so many people, they do not see it. There's nothing like Igbo Yoruba. There's, again, I want to warn you, there's nothing like even Igbo Owerri. It is either you are an Owerri person or you are not. All right? You speak Igbo. I'm saying this for your information, and let's go deeper into the information. And I think from there, you will glean some of the things we want you to learn. Let's read the information before we come to our people and then play some other track that will help you understand exactly why we are saying what we're saying. The news in detail. The Hausa Fulani, I'll put it the way it's you know, you can go and check it on the net. And when we don't have we blog this news, okay? We read them from what they gave to them or what they are giving to them in Nigeria, okay? And then we are reading. The Hausa Fulani and Muslim community. You see how he paired it? Do you listen? This is my word now. Do you notice what he's pairing here? Listen very carefully. The Hausa Fulani and the Muslim community of Southern Kaduna has debunked carrying out genocide against Christian natives. They also said they were neither minority nor settlers in the area. They lamented facts have been distorted. Listen very carefully. For too long against them in the ongoing killings in the Southern Kaduna. According to them, Christian militia of Southern Kaduna have grand plan to eliminate Muslims from the area. Addressing reporters on Sunday, that's today, the Hausa Fulani community under the auspices of Coalition of United Muslims Group, Kaduna State, Muslims Youth Foundation of Southern Kaduna, Nashihatu Al-Hizaman, Southern Kaduna, Muslim Forum, and Zumunta Youth Development, Kusaun Magani, said Muslims constitute 40% of the population, while the Hausa Fulani are the majority of the about 30 tribes that make up Southern Kaduna. The Hausa Fulani Muslim community leader, Iman Kabi Kasim Kafanchan, also claimed the Hausa Fulani are the original owners of the land called Southern Kaduna. He claimed major Christian tribes laying claims to Southern Kaduna originally migrated from other northern states like Kano, Bauchi, and Taraba. Iman Kafanchan, however, asked Kaduna Assembly to enact law stopping Muslim Fulani from being referred to as settlers in the Southern Kaduna. He also called on the state government to create chieftaindoms for them in places like Aswan, Magani, Kashia, and Zangon Urban, which he said were founded by the Hausa Fulani. I mean, I just want to stop. I don't want to read this, and it gets me annoyed. If you have ears, you must have noticed they contradicted themselves. They are asking government to create chieftaindom, but they were the original owners. So. And he was saying something about Hausa, Fulani, and Muslims. You get the point? That the natives, he called them Christian natives. And he said now, down the line, they should stop referring to them as settlers. The word Zangon, I said it earlier, I didn't see this. The word Zangon, you hear it, Zangon Kataf, Zangon whatever, means town settler. But now they're calling on government. Who is government? El Rufai. Who is El Rufai? El Rufai is a Fulani. Who is Fulani? Fulani are the ones that we are not there. There's nobody, no history will tell you that these people were here in the 16th century. They were nowhere close to this place in 16th century. Go check the record. Do not believe us. But now they are now this. Anyway, that tells you what we are seeing. That tells you what we are witnessing. It's in fact what we do not want to hear. But let's hear what a pastor in northern region have to say. I will come to our people to analyze all this. But let's take the pastor from there. We will go join in a Muslim cleric in New York. You will hear what their plans are. From all the way in America, they have plans on how to overthrow people in that country they call Nigeria. Listen to this pastor.
Question I want to ask.
Yeah, just a second. I have to do some reconnection before I will bring eventually all this to you. Yes, you will need to listen very, very, very attentively. Please listen and listen very carefully. It has a lot of message that you need to wake up. You are a Christian, you are from anywhere, the Fulanis, they've risen up.
The question I want to ask, has the Nigerian constitution denied any Nigerian of self-defense? And if the answer is no, that the Constitution of Nigeria has given you the power as a citizen to defend yourself when the aggressor comes on you. The question I want to ask every one of the increase in the militancy and the attack on innocent lives. The question I want to ask you, what stops you from defending yourself? Because if you don't defend yourself, you will still be killed. It is better for you to defend yourself and die for the cause of defense. These evil Fulani terrorists killing people in Zamfara, in Katsina. Somebody sent me a text from Katsina and said, pray for us. They are slaughtering us like goats. Hey, the president cannot do it. His strength has been shown through the years of his service. If a man has failed in leadership, you are having a child leadership there, not a mature leader. The police cannot. The soldiers cannot. That's why the governor of Borno says, if you will not do it, I will mobilize ourselves to go and do the job. Let me say, get it closer. Let me say, every Nigerian, the same way the Igbos fought by improvising their weapon, it is time for Nigerians to improvise different weapons. Bomb them, kill them. The Bible says, he that kills by the sword shall die by the sword. These people have vowed that they were going to kill you. I listened to their tape. One Ardo He said, Arnan Nanzamu Kashisu. Zamu Chiresu Agwana Kinsu Kuma a Landusu Akasansu. To Memuke Jira. Munajira say, Ankashedu Kamu. Who matasa? Kutashi Asiye. Mutane na da suna kansa, suna kashe mu. Mutane ne kaman ku. Tashi ku yi fada. Wani abun ta isa. Yau a ce 10, jibi a ce 30. Haba rayuwar mutum guda daya, ran mutum guda daya a America, duk duniya ta razana. A ce cewa mutane 100 a cikin gida daya an kashe mutane 10. Sai mu zo na hakan nan kawai muna kalla. Mutanen nan fa sun riga sun shiri cewa dole sai sun karba kasashen mu. To dole mu nuna musu ikon Allah. Dole mu nuna musu ikon Allah ta wurin addu'a kuma ta wurin ɗauka abu ne ya kamata mu ɗauka. Mu yi defending kanmu. Nigerians, you can't sit down and be behaving as if nothing is going on. If you don't quench the fire in your neighbor's house, that fire is going to come to your own house. Let's wake up and stop this evil. God is on our side. But remember, God will only work when we start the work. Fight to protect yourself. Life is sacred in the sight of God. And no man has the right to enter into your house to slaughter your father, slaughter your mother, slaughter your wife. And then you are having 100 youths. If it is improvised bomb, do it with kerosene. Kill the enemy. It is not a crime. God bless Nigeria. God continue to protect Nigerians. In the name of Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir, of course you heard him. He was a pastor, a well-known pastor. I've forgotten his name, but he's of the Hausa extraction. You heard what he said. You heard him. He's the second person telling you, you cannot always be calling God to go and do the work for you. You need to stand up. You need to stand up. God has created you. He has shaped you. He has empowered you. He has beautified you. He has prepared you for all these challenges. And he's saying, we must stop the killings in Southern Kaduna and other communities. That's what he titled this message. I am highlighting it for you to see with the news we read about the so-called Fulani, Hausa Fulani. Their real name, check in English. That's what they call root word. Maybe you're not aware. Root word is when you have a compound word. When you have many words joined together, the last one on your right-hand side is the root word, is the real word driving all other words. That is to say, if I say, you're a bad boy, you are a bad boy, and the bad boy is what is describing you, with bad as the adjective describing the boy. If I use the word to, as a compound word, a bad boy, of course you do know that the root in that two words is boy and not bad. Why am I saying this? Hausa Fulani, you need to know the root here. You need to understand the root. Hausa Fulani, which one is qualifying the other? They got themselves colored. You know how you do color. You did art in your primary school, maybe. They played with the primary colors. Yes, red, yellow, and all. They played with it. They want to camouflage themselves. They want to cover themselves with the word Hausa so that it doesn't portray them, it doesn't show them as settlers or aliens. But again, if you follow the text of that information, somewhere they were saying they want to tell the government people should stop calling them settlers. Again, they said that it's long time they've been keeping quiet, that the killings going, initially they said they were not killing anybody, but along the line, down the line again, they said the killings going on in Kaduna, the way they have to speak up now because they are distorting facts, all right? And they said there is Christian militia, they ended it there. They didn't say so much about the Christian. This, why I'm saying this is that we are being deceived. They play the game, the tripartite game, 3-in-1 games. 3-in-1 game. Why is it 3? It's always one game. 3-in-1 means the only one game, the only one goal they have is to run you over. But the 3 pattern they have, or 3 strategies they deploy, is that you hear people who will be speaking your language. If you're the so-called optimistic or positive one, they speak that language and you think you're with them. You're not with them. They're very far. You will hear those who will be neutral, and then you will hear those who will be on the other extreme, telling you what they know will, of course, offend you. This is how they come. And that's why they dodge themselves in between and said they are Hausa Fulani, but they are killing the Hausas. I want you to see the game there. I will come to our platform, and now I'm going to Ichediko Chinawata. Ichediko, how do you interpret what we are looking at? I will be playing another clip, and that will highlight the plans of the Islamic world joining force with those in the north to, of course, kill our people. And that's what you're seeing in Kaduna. That's what you're seeing in the northern, different parts of the north. Those places you see those things happening are places you have the natives. They want to clean them out and replace them. All they do, anytime they wipe out a village, they rename the village. Because they are aware that once the village is renamed, they will want to go to the world map and put that new name. And that's it. When you're talking, they tell you, you don't know what you're saying. They declared Nigeria that they are the owners of Nigeria. These are people who were not nowhere close to that place called Nigeria in 16th century. At least to be clean, 16th century, they were not there. 17th century, towards the end of 17th century, some of them started to come around. Their presence were noticed very well in the 18th century. In the 19th century, of course, they have started living war. In the 19th century, the war they called Holy War. How indeed can war be holy? You need to tell us. Call us on your call us on phone. If you want, call us on phone and be part of this discussion. We need to hear from you, because sometimes people will tell you, oh, we don't want war. Who on earth want war? Even the chief, yes, even the chief warmonger, he doesn't want war. That's the honest truth. But the fact is, according to the adage that said, they consulted the sheep, yes, the Atulu, and Atulu said to them, if they attempt to bring this music, yes, if they attempt to carry this music onto my own father's land, even if I don't know how to dance to the rhythm of that music, I will do my jumping style. Are you getting the point? He will add to the beat of the drum, of course, the jumping style. That's what the Atolo, the cattle was telling them. I'm saying this for you to know. You mustn't call for war. War in sometimes will come to you. You got no option. The only option you got is to present your neck and let them use it to produce the blood that will wash the land. That's their belief. That's their belief. And so you got to understand why we are saying what we are saying. The way we are saying it is for you to understand it and wake up. Let's come to you, Mazi Ichediko Chinawata. Go ahead. Let's hear what you have to say. After that, we will play for you a clip that buttress that fact that indeed they have plans to kill you. Just like Ahmed Frokan said, the OIC the declaration 1989 is equally there for you to go and Google on the internet. If you have the Google, go there and type the OIC conference of 1989. Yes, their declaration. Go and read it. Although they have manipulated it, they have reduced the intensity of that, all the things they had there before. But there are people who have taken picture of what was there before they changed it, to suit, to politically sound a bit correct. It's still not correct, but it is good. You go and read it yourself. Let me come to you, Ichediko Chinamata. Go ahead and let's hear what you have to say. Your network is still not showing. It's not too good. It's still showing some reddish, and I do not know if you are very close to your network or if you are a bit far away. We need to hear you very, very clean, because yes, people always want to hear what you're saying. So we need you to have a good network, a network that will allow this message to permeate our membranes. Yes, to go into even our, if you like, to go into where nothing has gotten into. Yes, we need to get you so clean. Go ahead and let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Ichediko Chinamata.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother Nemena. First of all, I happen to be among those who saved the initial entry in Wikipedia, the original translation of the Abuja Accord. I happen to have a copy. Should anyone want to see or hear the original copy, they should call Radio Biafra International, and I'll make it available to them to have. That is one. And then if Nigerians are wise enough, if Nigerians are intelligent enough, if Nigerians are smart enough, if Nigerians have what it takes to actually live as human beings and not live as animals, if Nigerians can actually rise up and take what destiny has placed in there before, if Nigerians can actually do that, they will end it. They will stop Fulani from being president of Nigeria. The so-called Muhammadu Buhari, or whatever, or Al-Sudani from Sudan, or whatever they call him, should be the last Fulani person to ever touch that land as a president. As a matter of fact, I will go further to basically recommend expulsion, total expulsion of Fulani from Rufai to Muhammadu Buhari to Aisha Buhari, to all these people who took it upon themselves to bring misery and death and destruction to people of Africa. And then we ran the Europeans away and we called it nationalism. We got independence. We were dealing with wise people and smart people and intelligent people and civilized people. So they were able to know when the chiefs are fall that they're not going to be African. So they packed their bag and left. Now we have Fulani. And we have people like Rufai killing Southern Kadunas and calling them criminal. Yes, I'm not surprised when tomorrow comes, you hear that Rufai is president of Nigeria. Because in Nigeria, anything is possible. Any and all things are possible. So I'm not surprised when I hear that, yes, Rufai or another Fulani is president of Nigeria. You know, we have said this in this forum, and we keep on saying it. It is only in Nigeria that Fulani has economic power and political power. It is only in Nigeria that Fulani is allowed to do whatever they please, whatever they like. It is only in Nigeria that has quietly ceded their land and ceded their political authority and freedom to these herdsmen and these cattle railers. It is only in Nigeria. Even as tiny little country as Guinea will not allow Fulani to be president of that country. Even Mali will not allow that. Burkina Faso will not allow that. Sankara was the first Fulani that came in with good words and good preaching. Yes, maybe there is some kind of good Fulani, because Sankara happened to be one of those that I do admire and I do believe that understand. So if Fulanis were able to learn from the likes of that Sankara, we would not have problem in Nigeria. So it's not a question of hating somebody or maybe disliking somebody or being a ethnic jingoist or maybe a racist or a tribalist. That has nothing to do with it. What has a lot to do with it is the death and destruction that Fulanis have bestowed on Nigeria. They thank you, Nigeria, that welcomed them with open heart, with open arm. Thank you, Nigeria, that are giving them that political space, giving them economic space. Thank you, Fulani has given Nigeria, is to basically bring death and destruction to the people. So what do you do with that? I say when your house is on fire, quench the fire and make sure that that fire will never occur again. In other words, you don't quench the fire one side and leave the other side to continue to burn. Biafra cannot be safe. Biafra cannot be safe with Fulani in Nigeria. So the presence of Fulani in Nigeria makes it a total enemy to Biafran state. So we cannot allow Fulani to ever exist in Nigeria again. Somebody can take it from Radio Biafra International on the 16th of August, 2020, that yes, Fulani is the enemy of the people. Fulani is menace to the society. Fulani is death and destruction to Nigeria. Fulani has brought nothing else but what? Misery to every black man that walks on the face of this earth. So the call for Biafra is not to exclude Hausa brothers or maybe Middle Belt brothers and sisters who are languishing in the hands of these Fulani. To call for Biafra is not to alienate our Western Nigerian counterparts who has lost a territory to Fulanis. When I was growing up, I thought Ilorin was the Yoruba state, maybe a city in Yoruba state. But I grew up only to find out that Yoruba, yes, has actually lost this particular place to Fulani. And our leaders and the so-called collective leaders of Igbo extraction and Biafrans are watching these things happen, and they think it will not reach the shores of Biafra land. When these people are making threats and claiming land that doesn't belong to them, and the government is supposed to continue the logistics of how to making a handshake, believing that handshake is going to be. I was talking to one, and the wise man asked me, when has our people ever done anything to reflect what they universally believe to be wise? Since Nnamdi Azikiwe to Nnamdi Kanu, our people has foolishly and stupidly continued to tread on the same path in believing that they can outsmart Fulani. Or maybe in due time, then we will react. There is no time better than now. If you don't do it today, you can never do it again. So this is the time for you to strike. This is the time for you to rise up and do the needful and save yourself while you can. They say if you don't do it when you are young, you might as well hang up the gloves. That is why when you go to sports, you see great men and women who are actually competing for valor, competing to win something. But when they are old, they say, I'm retired. That's when you go to civil servants and you see young people, young men and women hustling and bustling, making companies and everything to basically move in the steady motion. But in 65, 70, they say, I'm retired because I can't do it again. The same thing goes with the mindset. If the mindset of Igbo people is wait until in due time, when the time comes, we are going to do this. That time will never come. And when that time comes, it might actually be too late. And that too late, you might not even be able to do anything. And that's why we are where we are. Because we forgot and we refuse to do the needful. When time and circumstances called upon us to do it. That is why I'm glad with Radio Biafra International, because we call it the way it is. So those who will hear our voice and say these people are actually calling it the way it is, will come to you. Because Jesus Christ in the Bible said, my sheep will know my voice, and my voice will resonate with them. And when they hear about me, they will respond to my voice. So Radio Biafra, God has set that radio up. Because I don't even know how we got here and how we continue to be here. We cannot be here without the providence of God Almighty himself. So that's why I believe that God has ordained this movement. And with this movement, our people are going to hear that word. And when they hear these words, they are going to come, and they're going to come in masses, and they're going to march, and they're going to rise up and do the needful to defend themselves against the onslaught of the Fulanese. Fulani people has declared themselves enemy of the people. And when somebody has told you and has shown you in actions and in words, in every imaginable method to exhibit that unsavory behavior, that basic behavior of maybe the people that lack humanity. When you realize that you are dealing with a snake, people of reptile ancestry who has no human feeling. When you realize that the snake has encircled you, you have no other option but they cut the head of the snake. No other option.
Yes, Ichedike, you're no longer coming out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We're no longer getting any signals from your own end. Of course, we do know sometimes this interruption, the part of the system, and we will continue. Once he gets back, we'll definitely bring him back. He said something very, very, very instructive, and that is that our people don't seem to understand exactly what's going on. You may not wish for the war to come. It's not our wish. And that's exactly part of what we are saying. You don't wish for war. Yes. Think of it. Most of these fights, 2 fights you see on the street, think of it properly. You must have noticed that the 2 parties that engage in such a fight, never a time has the 2 come together and say, we must fight. No. Something will spark it off. It comes from one person. Most of the time from the aggressor, who will, for one reason or the other, right or wrong, it comes on onto the other person and starts to say to the other person, it has to be fight. It has to. And guess what? If the next party decide not to fight, of course, he will overrun him or her. And that's the end of the story. But if you decide to defend yourself, surely it will turn to full-blown fight. Fight that, of course, the winner is likely to emerge with the support of nature. Yes, Nemesis. Well, of course, make a roll call. And so if you are the one looking for trouble, eventually you will be defeated. And that's why we are saying to our people, do not go to sleep. You will understand when we play the next clip. I don't know if Ichedike, are you back? Because we lost your signal at some point. If you're back, yes, go ahead. And we want to again remind you, if you want to join in this discussion, maybe you have a better idea of what we're saying. Yes, you can call us on +1 786 352 8757. Yes, +1 786 352 8757. And you can as well reach us on +4429 2128 6541. Yes, +4429 2128 6541. If you want to use your Skype, yes, you can search for our Skype contact. Yes, very simple. Radio Biafra International, all one word. Radio Biafra International. But make sure it's the one with the logo saying RBI live on air. Yes, go on Skype, search for Radio Biafra International. A word, no space in between. Just type it straight. Radio Biafra International, all one word. And call us on that, and we take your call. Allow you, of course, to bear your own mind on this issue. Yes, let's hear your own perspective. We want to, of course, we want to do some sort of congregation. Yes, congregation, a kind of, if you like, a village meeting where everybody have their own time to speak up on the issue being discussed. At this point, I want to go back to Chinamata. Chinamata, are you there now? If you're there, go ahead and finish your own lesson before we can go into playing that clip that will show you, that will prove to you, not by us. You will hear the man. It's an imam in New York. He said they have prepared those who will fight for them in the name of Allah. They will fight and they take over Nigeria and other African countries. Let's come to Chinamata. Chinamata, are you there? Okay, we are not getting any signal from that end. Very unfortunate, but again, we want to go ahead and play the clip very quickly. We want to play this clip. We want you to pay attention, please. Pay very good attention. We're saying all this so that you don't go putting us. We are the one looking for war. No, we do not want to war. But we are saying, you got to be prepared. That is the motto of the Boy Scout. You have to always be prepared. So be prepared for the onslaught that they are planning. Let's listen to this cleric, the man himself. If you would like, call us. We will oblige you, give you, of course, the opportunity to tell the world exactly what you think on this issue. Let's listen to this man and hear what he has to say, whether he's telling us to prepare for war or he's telling us to go and sleep. Your own ear will deliver it to you. Let's listen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Viewers, today I have a very important message for you. As a matter of fact, for the whole Ummah, Muslims all over the world. You know, for the past few days, I've been receiving a lot of, WhatsApp, Messenger, Facebook, a lot of calls and texts, and people trying to vent their anger upon what is going on today, mostly in Africa, West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, North Africa, all over Africa. The missionaries are working so very hard. I know, because it's part of my work. And I know very much that they have projected by the turn of the 21st century, they're going to make Africa, Christianize Africa. And most of the time we are sleeping. It's about time that we rise up to the challenge. This is a mandate. Each and every one of us is supposed to be a potential da'i. Allah said, وَلْتَقُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَلَى الْمُنْكَرِ. That there are some men amongst you who will invite others into Islam, and these are the successful ones. It is very unfortunate that the other guys, I mean, the other faiths, that's what I'm talking about, they are well organized. And they have went through the whole Southern Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, now it's African time. And they have more than 15,000 missionaries working alongside West Africa alone. And it's about time that we rise up to the challenge of it. Now they've taken the game to our doorsteps. They are in our building, they are in our houses, they are in our marketplaces, all over the place. And we're busy in the metropolitan city fighting amongst each other. The Sunni is fighting against the Wahhabi. The Wahhabi is fighting against Salafi. The Salafi is fighting against Shia. The Shia is fighting against the Sunni against the social status quo. Unbelievable. And these guys, they went underground. They go to the villages and they are manipulating, cunningly turning our people into their faith. Then we begin to blame ourselves. Yes, we don't blame them. They're doing their job. Whatever they're doing their job. But right now, wallahi, I've taken upon myself. Right now, I'm in America right now. I'm in New York City right now. I've taken upon myself, my guys are underground right now. Foot soldiers, they are underground waiting for me to come to Africa so we could do this job. We have taken upon ourselves. We're going to be working in West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, North Africa. What I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be establishing an emergency, da'wah, workshop to each and every state in Nigeria. We start with Nigeria because the system is that once they get Nigeria, they get everybody. Nigeria is the most populous Islamic, country in West Africa, if not Africa. And so if they get Nigeria, they get everybody. I know the mandate. So they're working side by side with the community of the northern part of Nigeria who have submerged themselves deep into the trench of supporting the cause of their faith. Many videos have come out for the past 2 weeks. I receive that all the time. Sheikh, what do we do? What do we do? Wallahi, my people are waiting for me to come. What we need is a strong support from you. Allah have given you risk. Support the cause of Islam. I can't even go to sleep when I watch these videos. It's sudden. It makes me so sad. I feel like crying. Wallahi, it is, fard kifaya. Each and every one of us is a potential da'i. Those who cannot do the da'wah, they should support those who are doing da'wah. I want to do the work. If I have the means, wallahi, Islam will be strong in West Africa, in East Africa, in South Africa. Like I said, I need the support of those who have the rich among the Muslims. This is about time that you open your hand. Support Islam. If Allah have given you this world, wallahi, use it for the cause of Islam. Otherwise, it's going to be a time that Allah is going to ask you. Yeah, you could build your house, live in your house. Nobody said don't do that. Yes, you could do that. But at the same time, you have to support the da'wah. Otherwise, it's not going to go far. These people, the other side, they are well organized from the United States, from Britain, from Sweden, from England, all over the world. And they are all over in Africa. They're working whilst we are busy talking about this is haram, this is not haram, this is that, this is. We're fighting amongst ourselves. We're fighting amongst ourselves. Allah have said in the Quran, قُلْ يَا أَحَدَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَىٰ كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ أَلَّا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَلَا نُشْرِكَ بِهِ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ فَإِنْ تَوَلَّوْا فَقُولُوا اشْهَدُوا بِأَنَّا مُسْلِمُونَ. Allah asks us to call them. Let's have a common dialogue. And I mean what I'm saying. Inshallah, if we get the support, we're going to start from Nigeria. Then we go to Sierra Leone. We go to Liberia. We go to Ghana. We go all over the places, the whole West Africa, and then we move to East Africa, eventually Central Africa, and then we end up in South Africa. If we get what we want, then we go to Europe. We go all over the place. Look, we're not going to sleep again. This is about time. It's about time that we do it. So support the cause. I'm going to be sending GoFundMe. That GoFundMe is coming in about 2-3 days. You're going to fund this da'wah thing. We're going to build a project. Each and every country that I go, we have soldiers, foot soldiers who are willing to work with me in da'wah. They are ready, asking me what time you coming. I can't do it alone. I don't have the wherewithal. Maybe Allah have given me the wisdom, the ability to present Islam, but I don't have the funding. Support the cause of Islam, and you will see the result. I've been doing this for the past 27 years in America. Yeah, for the past 27 years in America. Look at the track record. Support this cause, and inshallah, Islam will go very far. So go fund Da'wah Training Institute. Go fund Da'wah for life. Go fund Da'wah train. The train is coming to a station near where you live pretty soon. This is Sheikh Muhammad Awal. Inshallah, I'm going to be sending that and you're going to be supporting it as much as you can. Hazza billahi tawfiq. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
You heard him? It was the Sheikh Muhammad Awal. He has been doing this job for over 27 years. You heard him? They are taking of course, the Islamization to Africa, but he said very instructively, they will have to start with Nigeria. And when they come to Nigeria, they have dedicated people in the north who are already in the trenches. If you are reading between the lines, you will understand what he's saying, that they are already disturbing him, sending messages to him. When are you coming? Shaikh, when, what is going on? How are we going to do this? The man, in his speech, it was so plain. He's telling you, we're bringing the war to you. He's calling his people to stop sleeping. They need to go and donate. They need to go and donate. Go fund me and all that. You heard the message. Let me come to our people. This time, I want to go to Mazi. Otina, what I don't know if you're back. If you're back, go ahead. If you finish, let me come to Mazi, our veteran, Ahmed Frukan, for him to add his own voice, because of course he understands from the two sides of the world, even from where the Sheikh is living, that's in the United States of America, to what obtained in that side of Africa. Of course, you do know Sheikh is coming from where they have freedom of expression. That's Sheikh in New York, but he's going to Africa where maybe things are not all that in their rightful position. Do not forget, you can call us. You can call us to make your own contribution. Call us on +1 786 352 8757. If you check, if you're on YouTube, you will see the numbers rolling at the bottom of the screen. If you are on Facebook, you will equally see these numbers rolling, at the bottom of the screen. You can call any of the numbers to be part of this program, and don't get us wrong. Yes, we do not screen calls. We allow people to bear their mind. Yes, you may even, not be in the same line of thought with us. Yes, we still allow people. We believe in criticism. It's part of what makes life tick. So let's come to you, Ichediko Chinamata. Go ahead and finish. Of course, in light of what the man has said, you make your quick contribution. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my brother Nema, thank you again. I am having some big problem with my handset for some reason. I don't know why, but I hope I'm coming out clear. I don't know.
Yes, you're coming out very clear. We have distractors. We have people who want to, but go ahead. Yes. God is good. Go ahead.
Yes. We know that Fulani has actually presented a very, very dangerous thing to Nigeria. Nigeria have never seen this type of thing. Africans have never witnessed this thing. Because whatever Nigeria is going through, the rest of Africans, the West Africans are going through it. That is why I shun when people are saying that what Bozum Emmanuel was presenting is not based on fact, it's just some supposition of what he felt is going on. But the fact of the matter is that record has shown what has happened. I spoke to a pastor from Porakot about this issue. He said, no way, it's not possible. Nigeria doesn't have $21 billion in those days like that. And I say, man, even if it is $1, even if it is $1,000, do you think Nigeria have 1 million? Then he said yes. So you should not even, you should look at the fact that it happened, that they convened in Abuja and they made a decree. And this thing is manifesting itself. to a point where 1999 Constitution doesn't even recognize Christianity in Nigeria. Every Christian in Nigeria should be boiling in anger. Every Christian in Nigeria should be very upset. But what did Nigerians do? And what are they doing now? They are still sleeping. Sleeping simply because they expect either the Igbos to go to war again, or maybe, I don't know what they're expecting Igbos to do. Because in the Bible, they all connived and maybe came in union to suppress the Biafrans and suppress the Igbos, and thinking that will be the solution. Now, I ask Nigerians, how market? How market? Because what is now present is not just against Biafrans or against the Igbo people. It is actually against the entire Nigeria, including Middle Belt. So Danjuma can basically dance around the words. Gowon can actually preach. He can actually be a pope of whatever he's doing, or maybe keep on praying from now till New York time. The fact of the matter is that Fulani never meant well for Nigeria. We can actually look at the antecedents and see what happened to northern Nigeria. Where are the kings in Kano? Where are the kings in Kaduna? Where are the kings in northern Nigeria? Haggard individuals, potentates, parading themselves as emir. These people specialize in flagellating, nothing else. They can't do anything else but flagellate and give you 1 naira or 10 naira to go and eat. And that's supposed to be leadership. And that is what they want to impose on all Nigeria. Now, so I have a Muslim friend, and who are talking and who are speaking and who are basically analyzing what is going on. And he said, Chris, why can't you guys basically surrender and convert to Islam? Allow them just, whatever it is. God knows that you didn't mean it. I say, you're an idiot. Don't call me again. Get behind me, Satan. That's what we will say. You are a devil. Parading himself as my friend. So you come to Radio Biafra International, we are able to actually analyze what is going on and let our people know what is going on. If they don't want to do anything about it, it is all up to them. And we have called on Middle Belt to join us. Not one single phone call has come from Middle Belt, but then they are going to postulate and they're going to demand that Biafrans stop talking, stop even agitating to be free. We cannot be subject to Fulani in Nigeria. We cannot, and we will not. And history will not forgive us if we do. So when we say it's not about Biafra, it's not about Biafra. It is about what is going on. What is going on? In Nigeria, all over Nigeria, they shy away and act like, oh, we don't even have an idea of what you are talking about. Yet their women cannot go to farming. Yet their men cannot even go anywhere. Then they are prisoners in their own home, both rich and poor. And it's supposed to be how a country is supposed to function. I know that the answer is cutting the head of the snake, and we believe that there's no way a Fulani person can ever rise up again to be president of Nigeria. So Rufa can do whatever he's doing. But we know, and we are sure, in Radio Biafra International, that we are not going to allow Nigeria to continue in this way. We are going to embark on complete decoupling of the contraction called Nigeria. Thank you again, my brother Neme. I am still standing by. Thank you.
Thank you. Ichediko Chinawata, of course, we appreciate your contribution. Always spot on. That was Ichediko Chinawata. I will come now. Yes, our sister Ifoma joined us. Ifoma, I want to come to you. What we are discussing, point blank, with references to statements, I'm saying, not made by us, made by people. In a clear terms, they are bringing war to Nigeria. I mean, the Islamic people, Sheikh just spoke. I don't know if you listened to it. And a couple of them have spoken, and they are saying in clear words. They are not using parables. They are saying they're coming to levy war on our people. And we are asking, of course, as we speak, the Kaduna, they have been massacred mercilessly. And we are saying, yes, without, of course, wasting any time, that is not acceptable in any form. In any form, we cannot accept the killing. Of course, life is sacrosanct. Life is holy. Life is something that must be cherished and preserved. Life is about God. Life is about humanity. And you have no right whatsoever to take life. But when, I want to repeat, when your life is threatened, you shouldn't be sleeping. Miles Maro, yes, said something about that. We'll be playing a clip. We'll be playing a clip to buttress that fact. And we will play a clip to tell you the connection of what's going on and when they started it. You will hear it. I'm not going to tell you. You will listen. Just we ask you, pay attention. Go do your research. Stop talking from your heart. You may have a good heart, but it's not about good heart. It's about reality. It's about looking at the fact. It's about looking at things the way they have happened, the trend they have set, and where it's moving to. We want you to utilize that, not how you feel. Our people sometimes, most times, they speak from what I call emotional perspective. They want to make it look good, but indeed, and in fact, it's not good. And so we want to put things in proper perspective. We may not like it, but we want to portray it the way it is, not the way we want it to be, but what it is. That's what we want to project, and that's what we want to make sure everyone is getting. The truth is where we stand. Yes, we might be minority. Yes, it could make us, look bad on so many fronts. Yes, but we are not perturbed. As far as that truth is something that we are ready to stand by it, and of course, project it, preserve it, promote it, and do all manner of things to ensure that it stands at all times. Do not forget, the truth is God, and God is the truth. And so, we stand by it. Let's call on our dear sister, Ifoma, go ahead. Ifoma Madike, go ahead. Let's hear your own contribution on this issue. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazda Naaman, and thank you, my fellow panelists. Well, history is already written on the wall. With all the clips that's been played and have been playing, that Radio Biafra International has been talking about for the past 2-3 years. I mean, now it seems like all those things are playing out. They are playing out like they said, that it's said. And people are still put their heads in the sand and pretend that they don't hear, or pretend that it's not true. I don't know what the pretense is. And then you have people that say they don't want to go to war, but forgetting that the war is already at your doorstep. So it means when somebody is there at your doorstep and has a knife or something to attack you, that you can't even, you don't want to defend yourself, period. You just say, oh, okay, then kill me. Is that the way, as a Biafran, that you go down? Really? That's not the Biafra I know, though. I don't know what's going on with the brains of our young people. We have formidable young people. If your brain was fried, don't fry it, for goodness sake. You have the choice to make. God gave you smartness, God gave you intelligence, God gave you common sense to know right from wrong, and to act, to defend yourself. Men are supposed to defend their city, their property, their wives, their children. But you guys are standing looking and having your children and your women slaughtered. And you're still saying, all is well, let's go prepare for election in 2023. Are you going to be alive then, if I may ask? Is something wrong with your brain? You can't see, you can't hear, and you choose not to understand? It's not like you don't hear, it's that you're choosing not to understand what is going on. Or you understand it and you're choosing to have a deaf ear. And what they say is if we keep saying and the ear doesn't hear, when the head goes, the ear goes with it. So it's time. It's time. I don't know how many times we'll say the same thing. Dancing around the same circle to make it clear to you guys that the war is already at your doorstep, inside your house. You need to stand up and fight. At least tell people that you have the guts to fight for your freedom, to fight for what you believe in. Or should I say you guys now believe in Sharia law and Islamism and all the oppression that they are handing out? Then make it clear. But if you're not, stand up and fight. Stand up and fight. We don't want our young ones to face the same issues of today, tomorrow. We need to take care of it and take care of it right now. And if you're above 21, history demands that you go research and fight for your freedom. There's no point living like you're not even treated like a slave. You're treated like an animal, infidel, whatever they call it. You don't even have the level of a slave. It's so funny. That thought just came to my mind. So when are we going to stand up and be the men and women that God created us to be? To protect our young and fend for our young, to provide for them and to give them safety and give them shelter. Who are the men that are men in Biafra land that will come out and fight? All you need is Gideon Army. You don't need a whole lot. And once Gideon Army is there, the rest will follow. So whoever is the Gideon Army, I'm calling on you to come out, step out. Step out from among them. You are not the same. God made you different. You need to step out from among them and be who God created you to be. Thank you, Leonard and Emily, for giving me the chance to give my 10 cents worth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, dear sister Ozioma Eme. Thank you very, very much. Of course, there's something she highlighted very clear. The war is raging. It's on. The war is on. It's just that there are two things there. One is that as the war is going on, do you recognize it? Yes, you may have recognized it. That's one tale of the whole situation. And the second tale is the war really is raging on, but you can't see it. You don't recognize it. And guess what? It doesn't, of course, remove the fact that the war is raging. In Kaduna, as we speak, they are being wiped out. Yes, there's a program going on in Kaduna. And one of them, Obadia, a former deputy governor of the central bank, he spoke up recently, calling and saying that even one of the northern state governor is the commander-in-chief of the Boko Haram. And before he could finish saying what he wants to say, I don't even know if he has finished saying what he said. What do you call them? DSS, yes, or SSSS, whatever one, the sickle cell security, whichever one you want to call them, they're already at his doorstep looking for this man, invited him and telling him, of course, what to say. Not to go on the press or the media, to indict the country. But in case you have forgotten, Buhari was only the man trusted by the Boko Haram. Let's put the record straight. He was the only one. The Boko Haram openly expressed their confidence and trust that could speak for them when he was not even the president. Let us not lose sight that Buhari is a life patron of Miate Allah. Yes, Buhari is a Fulani man. In case you're not aware, he's not just a Fulani man. He's a member of the Miate Allah. He's not just a member. He happens to be the life patron, and so nobody can remove the patron from him. And today he sits as the president. But you had the pastor from the northern extraction who said, you need to go and defend yourself. I want you not to mix up this issue. Some people are saying, yes, get ready. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. You're not living war, right? But what you're doing is you sit in your house, they come with the war, they come with the trouble. Then you respond, yes, commensurately, yes, adequately. You respond to them. I don't think you've done anything wrong. And that's why most of the constitution of this world supports self-defense. In US, is there. In every other country, is there. Self-defense. If anybody wants to pick you up, to destroy you, to remove you from this life without any just cause, not a government, but an individual, you have to act. Let's go to our dear sister Ifoma. Ifoma, go ahead and let's hear your own contribution before we play the next track that will connect the dots, that will tell you that what is going on did not start today. It has been there. In fact, and in truth, that was actually what led to the first war. Yes, they call it war. Personally, I do not call it war. It was a pogrom. They came to clean our people. Yes. Go ahead, Ifoma. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, my brother and everybody that called in. And I've been talking for long about our country and the way forward. The truth of the matter is Nigeria is supposed to be a very well-developed country by now. We were like the giants of Africa, but actually we've lost that position because of so many things happening in the country, especially with corruption and insecurity. And then right now we are fighting amongst ourselves. A lot of people are very peace-loving in Nigeria, but some folks are not peace-loving. Some folks live where leave their base, go to other people's base, and start making trouble, killing people, slaughtering people, and then they turn around and they talk about one Nigeria. And then you begin to ask yourself questions. How can we be one when lives and properties are not safe? How can we be one when people are excluded from the dividends of democracy in Nigeria? How can we be one when appointments to relevant positions are one-sided in the military and in other places? How can we be one when even the oil that's supposed to be the prominent resources of Nigeria is given to individuals? Oil wells are given to individuals to run, and they declare to the government wherever they deem fit, monthly. And this is supposed to be a country. I mean, it's very, very annoying when you think about the abnormal things happening in that country. And then you cannot even reconcile it with anything. Look at Ghana. I still remember years back where we were like, oh, Ghana must go, and they were being laughed at. Now look at how Ghana has really strengthened itself. And when people now from Nigeria seek to go to Ghana for their university education and some other stuff, Ghana has been sanitized and all that. A lot of countries. The other day I was listening to Ethiopia, and they said they generated a power plant that will supply all Ethiopians and even neighboring countries, power. So and I begin to ask myself, what is the problem with this country called Nigeria? And then it's not that we don't have money. Nigeria has the best of oil. We don't even have oil is a major thing we have in Nigeria for resources, but we don't even have a refinery. Is that not shameful? That is more than shameful. We don't even have a refinery to refine our oil. We have to take it outside the country and then import it for our local use. What a shame, what a country, what a failed priority. I don't know how else to talk about the plagues we are having in that country, Nigeria. So I've given up. A lot of people have given up on that country. And that is the country we're supposed to call our own. Now we are talking about Biafra. Yoruba are talking about Oduduwa and all that and all that. Why? Because people are not treated equally. There is no equal rights. There is no justice. There is no fairness. No security of lives and property. Nothing for you to say, oh, this is why I want to be here. Who want to be in a country of lawlessness? A country where lives are not safe, where people are treaded upon and made like animals. There's no youth empowerment, nothing, no water, no road, no electricity, nothing. There's nothing that you hit your chest and say, this is why I'm proudly in Nigeria. So since everything has failed to get Nigeria as one or to get Nigeria to be functioning, the best thing is for people to be allowed to go manage their separate, localities, states, and their people, Let Oduduwa go, let Biafra go, let everybody contribute to the central until the central falls apart. There should be a better way. All this fighting and bigotry and this and that is uncalled for. We don't need it. People should be made to exist. After all, we were by ourselves before the white people came and merged, Nigeria. Looked down than the white. Before they came, everybody had their own separate way of doing their own thing. So since Nigeria can't hold, why can't we just go our separate ways, and contribute to the central until the central falls apart and people will be by themselves? Okay, we want to have Biafra. Do I want to go? Let's go. Nigeria, you don't want to function as a country. You don't want to function effectively. You don't want to protect lives and property. Some folks get up and they go out slaughtering people. So why would you want to be in a country of such killing, such cruelty? Nobody want to be part of it. So I'm encouraging our people, those fighting for Biafra, keep fighting the good fight. Those wanting to do what, keep doing yours. Nigeria is not fashioned to remain as one because they are not working towards that direction of being one. We can see it in the killing. We can see it in the corruption. We can see it in the divide and rule. We can see it in the inequality, unfairness, injustice. We can see it everywhere. It's so glaring that this country don't want to be one in any sense. So why are we pretending about it? Let everybody be. Let peace reign. Let people be allowed to go and mind their own stuff, take care of their own businesses, live their life, and make things work for themselves. So I'm asking the Biafra people, I'm pleading with you, if you are a Biafran wherever you are and you can hear us, know that there is a need for us to get our own, for us to be free from this country called Nigeria. They will say our people are calling for the division of Nigeria. Are we not divided already? People are calling for the division in Nigeria. Are we not divided already? In what sense are we still united? In what sense are we still one? Is it in the insecurity? Is it in the killing? Is it on the appointments and the distributions of the oil wealth? Is it in the presidency where a particular sector have been deemed that they are not fit to be president of Nigeria? So how are we one? Have you not divided the country already? Why do you want to make it look like people are calling for the division? You have divided it, so make it formal. Legalize it. Let people go. Let folks go. Let there be peace. Let people be alive, exist. For the sake of God, let folks go. That's my plea with everybody. The Biafrans will not give up their fight because Nigerians have not given up in perpetuating evils against Nigeria, against Biafrans. You can see the Fulani man, he goes to the eastern side, parts of Nigeria and starts killing people. He enters into people's farms, starts destroying it with their cattle and their cows and everything. And at the end of the day, we'll have to pay them for whatever. So even some Christians, they kill it. They say it's because everybody has to be this. Everybody has their freedom of association. Let people practice what they want to practice and practice what you want to practice. God did not ask you to fight his own battle. If God doesn't want people to be Christians, he knows what to do today. It's not your responsibility to go killing people. And you're gonna marry 6 virgins in heaven. What a mentality. We are tired of these killings going on in Nigeria, in the eastern Nigeria. Look at what is happening even some parts of the northern Nigerians. Why are people being killed like animals? Can't there be sanity? So let folks go, let people go. You guys have divided the country. Let it be divided for real. Legalize it, formalize it. Stop pretending about it. You don't go with violence and thinking you can subdue people with violence and silence them. Things don't happen that way. So if you want to remain in violence, be where you are with your own violence. Deal with your things. Let people that are peaceful be in their own and deal with their peaceful nature. Don't go bring your killing and your violence and all that and want to put it on people. So you want to be violent, go away and be violent where you want to be violent. And have your own world. Don't communicate with people because nobody wants those bloodshed anymore. All right, so I'm encouraging our people. Biafra should actually be a reality because Nigerians don't like the Igbos. But what I know is I don't know what the Igbo man has done other than good. The Igbo man has been the one developing Nigeria. The Igbo man has been the one law-abiding. The Igbo man has been the one that goes wherever he finds himself and creates wealth in those places. Build houses, establish, develop those places. I've not seen other tribes doing it. The Igbo man is the only man holding the peace in Nigeria. And Igbo man will be the first. Everybody want to rise and slap and hurt and cuss out and intimidate and subdue. You know? So allow us to have peace. Allow us to go have our Biafra. And if we beg you for food, don't give to us. Let us go. We want to be by ourselves because we are peace loving. We want to have peace. Some people are not peace loving. We want them to go and live in their own world. Why we go and live in our own peaceful world? That is what we want. And that is what we're calling on all Igbo, every Igbo child, young, old, the youth, come out. Let's support this Biafra movement. Okay, we want to have freedom. We want to have peace. We want to be able to exist as human beings because we have been blessed by God. We want to enjoy that blessing without anybody coming to kill us. So that will be my call today for us to keep pushing, keep looking for that which belongs to us until we get it. We'll not be tired. Thank you, my brothers and sisters online, and thank you, everybody listening to us. Biafra is a reality, and we will have to keep struggling until we get it. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, dear sister Ifoma, thank you very, very much. Ifoma has spoken, Ifoma Wadike. Of course, you have to defend yourself, and for the benefit of doubt, we want to show you how even the first so-called Nigerian war, but Nigerian genocide against Biafra, and how it took or it started. Let's play this clip. You need to listen. I am doing all this to connect, to collaborate what we are discussing today so that you understand. You need to go and research further and yes, get more on that issue. Listen very carefully to a man who was there, who took part in that first coup. Colonel Mwobosi, I'm referring to. Listen to him.
My name is Colonel Emmanuel Mwobosi. I am 80 years old. I am too old to lie. I am not afraid to die. So I will tell you why we had to try. I am the last of the original coup planners of January 15th, 1966, with Major Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu. I was close to Juku. I served him in Biafra, and after Biafra, we discussed everything. If the British had ensured free and fair elections in northern Nigeria in the 1950s, there would have been no repression led by Ahmadu Bello, the MPC and MS, who intimidated or even imprisoned NEPU candidates. Aminu Kano, leader of NEPU, a progressive who was loved by the Talakawa, the masses, could have become premier of northern Nigeria. If Aminu Kano was premier, there would have been no Tiv riots, no Yoruba repression, no Awolowo imprisonment, no Akintola sabotage, no jihad, no 1966 coups, no Igbo pogrom, no 3 million dead. Please understand that all this happened because Ahmadu Bello became premier and wanted to continue the jihad of his ancestor, Usman Dan Fodio. He had a master plan, which they still pursued even after his death. People think that we could have stopped the Biafra genocide, but nothing could have stopped it. Not the Aburi Conference, not confederation, not secession. Whatever solution we brought, they will find a way to twist it and pretend it was our fault. They called our coup an Igbo coup to justify the attack. They wanted vengeance. They had killed most of us coup planners. They had killed hundreds of Igbo military officers to prevent us from fighting back. They had slaughtered over 30,000 innocent Igbos and Easterners in the north and other parts of Nigeria, but it was not enough. Ojukwu called all the chiefs and elders of the Eastern region, and we declared Biafra on 30th of May 1967 in the hope that they would leave us alone. At 5 a.m. on 6th July 1967, they fired the first shot at Gakem.
Okay, everybody on your feet up. Let's go.
We had no weapons. Britain armed the Nigerians fully. They captured the oil fields of Biafra, but it was not enough. They began a blockade of Biafra. They attacked by air, land, and sea, bombing civilians. By the time the war ended, over 3 million people were dead. They called it the Nigerian Civil War, but it was a genocide, worse than the Armenian genocide, and second only to the Jewish Holocaust, the worst mass murder of the 20th century. Why did they keep attacking till we were subdued? Because it was their master plan. It was the final solution to the Christian evils laid down by Ahmadu Bello. That was what Nzogu uncovered as the head of military intelligence. That was why they removed him, so he will not know. But it was already too late. That was why we struck to stop their crazy plan.
That was why we struck to stop their crazy plan. And that crazy plan is their master plan. And that master plan is connected to the British government. And that British government subdued our people and made us, yes, to be slaves to these people. You now could understand why they are not giving up. Can you make it out? Okay. So many of you will not. That was why I lined up these clips. Because I hear some of our people telling you, oh, you shouldn't go to war. Stop this. We don't want war. But if you have listened to what this man said, Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi, he said he's too old to lie. He has to say this. He has to say the correct thing. The truth must be laid bare. And he continued to narrate. That was why they removed, yes, Major Kaduna Nzogu. And being an intelligent officer for that matter, Major Kaduna Nzogu, one-on-one, discovered some of these things long before they removed him. And in one incident, when he was in London, this man called Ahmad Bello came to that place, and he was given opportunity to address Nigerians. And when he was speaking to those group, he said to them that this, that. At the end of the day, he spoke in Hausa, telling the Northerners to stay behind, that he's going, they are the owners of the place, he's going to address them in a special way. And if you have listened, his name is Major Kaduna Nzogu. He was actually born in Kaduna, yes, by parents from Obanam. Obanam is in Delta State of today. But when the man spoke in Hausa, of course, Kaduna Nzogu understands Hausa very well. He was like, wow, a statesman speaking in this nature, a statesman talking in this way. Now, he now later gathered the intelligence of what the man said. That was where he started pointing to that guy as somebody who is going to divide the country. Not only that place, Kaduna Nzogu happens to be part of the contingent that went to Congo. Yes, my father was there as well. And that's why I have to say to you, yes. And so when these things happen, Kaduna Nzogu, when he got to Congo, there's something happened, and the British, what do you call them, the colonial people, they divided the country. And, there's Patrick Lumumba, and the other one, I think it's Seko or whatever. The two divided the country because the colonialists wanted to use one to destroy that country, and the one that was patriotic, the Lumumba, they killed him. And when this contingent from Nigeria came, again and again, he happens to be part of that, and he saw for himself what has happened to a very beautiful, endowed country. And he said, "It's not." I'm telling you what led to that coup. When this man came back, he realized that the North, particularly the Fulanese, led by Ahmad Bello, you heard him. If there was no manipulation of the election by the British to have these Fulanese to have upper hand, there wouldn't have been that war. If there was no master plan to continue levying the so-called holy war they had a long time ago, there wouldn't have been that so-called what do you call it? This pogrom is not a Biafran war. And to tell you again, if they have allowed other groups in the North to have their own fair share, there wouldn't have been that issue. But indeed, somehow, I have to be honest to you, Zeke equally contributed to it. Because when the British wanted to hand over, to give the independence, Zeke went to go and do consultation, which is normal. But he went to Ahmad Bello. Ahmad Bello told him that they are not ready. And Zeke was waiting for the North to be ready by Ahmad Bello. And I ask you that is listening, what does that mean? If you know, call us and tell us. But we will be rounding off. We will be closing. We'll meet you the next Sunday. But before we go, I want to say to you, wake up from your slumber. Stop waiting until you are killed. Anybody who has gone has gone. You cannot come back again. Do not be taken unawares. Be proactive in your actions. Live up to the test of the time. What is this test of the time? They are coming with war, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you want to research to find exactly the details of this master plan. The jihad started, not now, not that it will start. It has already started. It's raging as we speak. The Kaduna state, the southern Kaduna people, the natives, they are paying the price. And we are saying to you, do not wait until it gets to your own doorstep. And on this note, we want to thank you. But before we go, I want to assure you we'll continue from where we are stopping today, because this segment, I have not played to you how Nigerians, how Biafrans are being maltreated in other countries of this world. You will hear, because Ifeoma said something very instructive. When we were doing the so-called, yes, Ghana must go, who knows that Ghana will come one day? And today, Ghana must come. Ghana is coming. They are coming after our people. Don't get it wrong. They are flushing our people from Ghana. Yes, like I always say, it takes two to tango. If they flush them there, let them come home. Let them muster courage. Fight for their own existence. Stop being so sluggish, and of course, taking your own destiny in your own hand. That's how it is. It's unfortunate, but that's the reality. We have to stand up to the test of the time, and that is for you to get ready. Let's go to our panelists for them to make their concluding statement as we wrap up in today's discussion on why you have to do the needful. Don't get me wrong, sometimes our people get themselves into what I call backyard, mudslinging. Yes, they get themselves into backyard talk, and they begin to say, this one, yeah, I don't hear this. Are you not a member of this? Well, let me be honest to you. These people coming for you, they do not joke. If you're still wasting your time, well, blame yourself when your head is off your body. Let's get to our people on the panel, the wonderful people, the people who have committed their time, their money, everything, just for the good of our people. I'm so proud of them. I want to thank them. I want to say to them, continue to do what you are doing for God. Have a blessing for you. Thank you. And I will start with our own veteran, Mazi Ahame Kando, a man who will, of course, speak from his heart. He has a very, very soft spot for our people. I tell you this because I know he's going to tell you how he feels as a concluding statement. Go ahead, our dear brother and father.
Master Nemena.
Yes.
I want to really address two facts. Our sister who just spoke very well, and I really appreciate and I have sympathy for her. I just want to let her know what we are doing is to really galvanize our people, to let our people know where we have made our mistakes. There is no question about the fact that our determination is that we are going to liberate ourselves and have our freedom. But it has to be done the correct way. Mistakes were made from 1999 when this motion was put in. When this situation we find ourselves were put in motion. BRM and Radio Biafra International, we are determined to set the record straight. We are going to have a complete agenda. We have it already. We are going to have a thorough roadmap. There will be no question of, oh, this happened and then we couldn't do this. There are clear-cut things that have to be done. So I just want to let you know, we know what we are doing, and with God on our side, we are going to achieve that. The next thing I wanted to address is the man who was speaking so favorably about the Muslims, about how they are going to take over Africa and all those kinds of things, who is an Muslim American, which is understandable, because they really do not understand the plight of Africans in Africa. So I would like us to engage him down the line. If possible, on one day, I would like to call him and we have a conversation. And the conversation I'm going to have with him, all these people who are saying that they're Muslims and so on, they are good Muslims. I'm not going to and take it from them. But when you want to compare anything, you have to start from the head. And when you're starting from the head, you are going to compare Muhammad and our Lord Jesus Christ. Simple. Check their life history. Then you know who you are going to support. That's what I wanted to interject in this, because most African Americans are really, really ignorant about what Muslim is all about. Thank you very much, Mazanamna.
Thank you, dear brother Mazi Ahamefula Okando. Thank you very much. And yes, you will have the discussion, but I want to pre-warn you. That's what they call Habadia, or the other one. You need to understand that these people, they are not honest with themselves, and I want to assure you, they will never, have any honest discussion with you. Yes, it's open to discussion. That's the truth. Yes. Let's come to you, our very dear sister, Ifoma Wadike. Ifoma, go ahead and make your concluding statement. And thank you. May God bless you.
My brothers and my sisters online, I thank everybody for all the contributions made already. I know we are pursuing a noble cause. Yeah, and it's worthwhile for us to pursue this cause, because actually this cause took the lives of our forefathers, our ancestors. Children were killed, pregnant women were killed, and the babies in their womb, cut into pieces, just to show how cruel, people could be. Our people were killed in their millions, and yet up to now we are not still free from these people. Okay, I don't know.
So we are hearing you. It's just interference from Mazi Ochinawata. Ochinawata, you need to be on mute, please. You need to be on mute very much. Just touch your mic so that they can take you. You can take your section onto mute. Mute your mic. Ichediko Ochinawata. If you're listening, mute your mic. Mute your mic. It's actually allowing a lot of background noise to filter in. Thank you very much. And of course, if I might go ahead, I don't know if Ochinamata done that. We are going to take an interlude when we come back. Okay, go ahead, Ifoma. Let me see.
Forefathers were killed in their numbers. Children were starved to death. Pregnant women were killed. Their children slaughtered. Just to prove the cruelty our people pass through. And up to now, we are not still free. People are still, holding us hostage, killing our people, spoiling our farmland, and making us, live in pains and in fears. And then they try to make us feel less human. I don't know what they intend to gain from all this thing, but what their actions is doing is further strengthening our quest to have Biafra. Our quest to have Biafra. We want to have Biafra so we can be free. We don't have a religion that encourages us to kill. Rather, we have a religion that wants us to love one another, to protect lives and properties, to cherish one another. So we cannot be living together with those that have the religion that tells them to kill, and then they go out to kill our people. We can't be living together with those that have the mindset that violence should be the in thing. That the shortest way to grabbing power is by violence. We don't believe in such mentality. That's not our mentality. That's not how we live our lives. We are very peace-loving people. So that's why we want to be by ourselves, so we can have peace. and we can be able to function effectively, protecting our lives and our properties, and living in safety. So we are calling on everybody to keep this flag of Biafra flying highest, because Biafra will eventually be a reality, because we are fighting for a just cause. We didn't just get up and started fighting and say we want to go, we want to be by ourselves. We have reasons. We have reasons. We have situational contingencies. We have proof, evidences that we have been suffering in this mesh called Nigeria. The marriage is not working and we want to divorce. We want to go. We want to be by ourselves. It's not so much a thing to ask. What we are asking peacefully, because our forefathers have paid the price, the debt, and everything. We come in peace. We just want to have Biafra. We want to go. We want to be by ourselves and function effectively. We don't want to be in the midst of those that will kill us, those that will make us feel inferior, those that will take everything that belongs to us, despite the fact that we've been doing our best to develop that country. But we are the least regarded in that country, and we don't want it to remain that way. The treatment is getting terrible, and every day they tell us how insignificant we are. Then let us be. You want to hold us ransom, yet regard us as insignificant. So I call on our people, for those that have not started queuing into what we are, this quest for Biafra. Please get up. The time is right now. The time is up for us to pursue this thing vigorously so we can get to our destination. Let's put resources together, put manpower together, put heads together to make sure we get this Biafra of our dream. So for me, I feel our people shouldn't be unmindful of the fact that the Anambra election is around the corner. In as much as we don't support all these political scam and whatever going on, we still believe that the southeastern states should have good governance until Biafra comes. We need to call the Biafran people to come together, get a platform, Biafra political party, and fly candidates who we will come out en mass and support, both financially and in every aspect, manpower-wise, every aspect, so that we can get the right people in politics until Biafra comes. Because if we get the right people, the right governor, the right House of Assembly members in all the southeastern states, and get them running, functioning government, then we will be getting closer to our dream. When Biafra comes, things will be in place and enhanced. Because if we leave these political jobless to keep doing this thing they are doing, rigging election, going to Abuja to get a mandate that the people didn't give to them, when Biafra eventually comes, we are going to keep fighting this fight, because these jobless will be there still trying to ride what we have fought for, trying to, to destroy what we have worked for. So we have to begin now to curb their excesses by stopping them from grabbing political power and making us look foolish. We have to set up a political party that is Biafra-oriented, get people to vie in offices, elect good people in office, let them be accountable to the people, get our allocation and use them to work for us, get the state, the southeastern state rolling and working well, get electricity, water, roads, and all these things in place. Communication. If Biafra comes, we are nowhere already. But if we get the right people in governance and start running proper governance in the Igbo land, southeastern states, when Biafra comes, things will fall in place. Trust me, if we leave these political jobless to keep doing what they're doing, going to Abuja to get mandates from Supreme Court and whatever, wherever they get it, when Biafra eventually comes, they are going to jump out because they have the money, they think they can do whatever and continue with whatever they've been doing, because it seems to them a norm. We don't want it to be a norm, because we don't want such a thing. We want to curb those excesses right now, using Anambra election as a test run to get the right people in power. We want to sanitize the system. So Biafra, we no more have these political headaches we are having. Political jobless jumping into power with their money, buying people, buying votes and whatever, going to Abuja to get mandates and whatever. We don't want it to happen when Biafra comes. So right now is the time to fight and curb those excesses. So when Biafra comes, we'll have a peaceful and smooth government where people will be happy and where tranquility, peace, and stability and justice, fairness will eventually reign. So let's set the record straight so that by tomorrow we will not have a cause of regret for whatever we are fighting for. So that will be mine. And I hope we all tune in and make sure that we set the record right. And when Biafra comes, everyone will be surely happy. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for the time given to me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome, Ifeoma Nwadike. Thank you very, very much. The only thing is I continue to tell people we're not in that. Of course, we're very mindful of our environment. The Nigerian system will never offer you justice. It's unfortunate. Imo is a test case. Imo is a test case. A man who ran an election and came forth in the election is now the Supreme Court judge, Supreme Court governor in Imo State. You can imagine. And why do I have to say this? I'm saying this not because I'm telling you not to. You can go and vote. But more than likely, yes, much more than likely, is that they know the system. The system has been paved. And of course, the Constitution have no place for Christians. And the Constitution recognizes Islam. And the Constitution recognizes them to the point of having the Islamic court. Today, you know, just last week, a musician was sentenced to death. Why? Because he made a music against Islam. That happened not in Saudi Arabia, but in the north. Today, the police of the north that are of Islam, they call them Dansanda, Danduka, and all the nonsense they call them. What I'm trying to say is that you cannot get good thing from bad thing. That is it. As we speak, Obiano, who apparently was anointed by P2B, hoping that he would toe his footsteps. What happened? When Obiano got all the support of of course, the who is who and the citizens of Anambra. I'm of Anambra State, don't get me wrong. After getting all that, I know, of course, I have followed the politics of my people right from even when that place was being controlled by certain individuals. I can call their name. I'm not scared. That's one called the distance of Mbauku, Esuku of Mbauku. He was one of them. Another one called Chris, the brother to, what is this name of the one who jumped into the governorship and thinking he would steal the whole thing. He stole it, but it didn't happen because the court was able to give P2B back his mandate. I will remember his name. His brother Chris was among them. Another one called Igwe of what do you call it? Anam, Igwe Anam. John Igwe Anam was one of them. Another one called was one of them. These are people who were controlling. Even the one called what do you call this one? The contractor in Atweze. Atweze was one of them. In fact, I said Atweze installed the governor of Ebonyi, who is now playing games with the Iflanis. Atweze last week went to Buhari to tell Buhari how even what do you call him Obiano wasn't performing, not knowing that Obiano is a disciple of Buhari, and Buhari told him off and said go home. And though chief he went to what do you call it in Aso Rock to go and destroy Obiano, he couldn't hold. When they came back, Obiano sacked them. So what am I trying to say here? Get me and get me right. The stage is only one thing. What is that? Get everything on your side. If that doesn't happen, If that does not happen, these guys in the north, they are not playing. They understand the game. And what is the game? Divide and rule. And you think they don't know who is who there. Yeah, think again. Go and check the publications coming from Ateze. Yes. Or in the last 3 months, let me put it to that extent, in the last 3 months, you will see where Ato was saying that the North made him rich. You will see it there. He never hid anything. He did not hide anything. He said that no Igbo man can make him what he got from the North. What is he saying indirectly? He's serving the purpose, the interest of the North. Ateze is from Ubo. Ubo is in Anambra State. And what do you think? He's already making some effort to see if he will put in somebody. He tried doing it by utilizing one guy they call Tony Wokoye. And he failed because Peter Obi was so powerful. I'm saying all this because I support a good person to be in politics, to, of course, direct the affairs of the people. But the truth be told, that these people are having overwhelming control. Look at what happened in Imo State. If somebody have told Ihedioa that he will be going out and they will be bringing somebody who scored fourth in the whole position, will he believe it? Of course, I was told, he was revealed, the thing was revealed to him, they're planning against it, but he didn't believe it because he felt that everything was on his own side, not realizing that the Chief of Justice, when they remove Onehe, who was, of course, a just man, when they removed him on a Trump charges, they removed him and installed their own because they knew that the last of everything is on that within the chambers of the Supreme Court. They knew that, and that was why they went for him. And when they got him, they put him in that position. And what happened? My dear brothers and sisters, what happened? You know better than I do. Like I told them, no election in Nigeria will be free and fair. Quote me. I said, quote me. If not that is against the law of God, I would have sworn with God. I say, quote me. No election will be free and fair. If you want to fight, fight once. Take your destiny in your own hands and direct your own affair. The structure they are using is, of course, unjust in every dimension you can think of it. Let me go to our dear brother Mazi. Let me come to our dear sister Uzoma. Uzoma, go ahead and let's hear your concluding statement with respect to, of course, today's broadcast. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you very, very much. Yes, our dear sister Uzoma. Uzoma, go ahead and make your concluding statement. Yes, thank you.
Yes, I can. Thank you, everyone that listens to Radio Biafra International. I thank all my fellow panelists. I thank you, Mazi and Emene. The only thing I'm saying to our people that the war is already there for you. You didn't ask for it. You didn't plan it. You didn't strategically try to figure out how to defend yourself. But it's right there on your doorstep. So what are you going to do? Run from it? Or get squashed without fighting back? You know, as a human being, you're supposed to defend yourself. And that's what you to do, is defend yourself until the last man. Whatever the election is of 2023, defend ourselves now so you can live to see 2023. I mean, there is no election in Nigeria. Everything is already pre-selected. It doesn't matter who you think is the good person to run the place. If they will not dance to the tune of the Emirates and the ones that are running Nigeria, he's not going to be there. So we need to focus our energy, our thinking, our power to where it will work. Get ourselves out of the extraction called Nigeria. That's the bottom line. That is the bottom line. Election or no, there's no election, so there's no point even talking about election. I call it selection. Whatever the selection is coming up in Anambra State. The person they want there is already selected, so you guys are running around in circles, achieving nothing. Let's focus our energy on getting Biafra out of that contraption called Nigeria. We don't belong there, and we've never belonged there. But the infighting has to stop. And then for all those that are the stooges of the northern people, I feel sorry to you, because Biafra will be here. When the wicked is in power, the righteous is like hiding. But one day, it's for the honor of the house, we will come out in mass. And you know what God says? For those of the wicked people, it will go down. You and your generations to come will go down with it. And this is written in the Bible. So you either straighten your ways and working with your brethren, or face whatever the consequences are in the future. It's your choice. But for all those Biafrans who remain Biafrans and continue to fight for Biafra, let us keep marching until we win. And win we will. It doesn't matter when it is. We will win because God is on our side. I thank everyone, Marja and I thank you for such a great program, sensitizing our people with what's been in the past, what's going on now, and what is going to continue to happen if nothing is done about it. So, we said so many words, enough for the wise. So I thank everyone, and you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Madam, and thank you, my fellow panelists, my brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Thank you, dear sister Oziomeme, for that. Your contribution very wonderful in every way, and so we are very, very grateful that you, of course, showed up today as usual to help our people understand what is going on. I want to add to what she said, and I will use this quote. Listen very carefully. It demands humility, patience, and tact to understand the mindset of your enemies, of what is to unfold against you. It's on that note, I will be coming to our dear brother, Mazi Ichedike Uchinawata, for him to bear his mind on the concluding part of this section. Uchinawata, go ahead with your own concluding statement. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you too, my brother Nemene, and my co-panelist. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. And thank you for serving your country and bringing the good news of restoration to people of God himself. And Nemene, you see, the problem is this. Our people believe that, as a ime nwata ka emelo onye ọma complain too much. Amaze look we make that you put the thing. That is the thing. Yes. So our people are so kind, and we believe that if we extend this goodwill to Hausa Fulani, especially to Fulanis, they are going to learn from us and behave like humans. We believe that if we appease these people, if we allow them to really be in control since independent, that things are going to be okay. We believe that they're thinking like we are thinking. They are, we believe that they are actually as human or humane as we are. Our people are gun shy. We don't like blood. When I was growing up, a stranger in our midst is treated with kindness and treated with utmost respect. That is the lot of our people. We believe Namman Kendo, the beauty of life. We believe in preservation of those lives, not taking it. We obey the old ancient rule of biblical proportion, where God said, "Thou shalt not kill." We don't believe in killing and shedding blood. Now, the question is, how do we handle bloodthirsty warmongers that have now descended on the land? So appeasement did not work. Kindness did not work. Looking the other way is not going to work. You see, if you go to a dog race, they will bring some dogs, man, and they will tease this dog with the fineness of meat, and they will put some whatever it is they put that makes dog taste for that meat so bad, and they will just show it to these dogs. They'll come close, but they cannot touch it. And when the race comes, then they will assemble these dogs on line 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever number it is, and then they'll set this meat in the middle, and this meat will spin, and these dogs will chase this meat voraciously, hoping to catch it. But that will never happen. We'll be spinning this meat round the circle, and this dog will be running the chase and run of their life, hoping to grab this meat, but they will never catch it. That is the spin Hausa Fulani has kept in Nigeria. That is the spin we go in Nigeria. So you keep on chasing election, you keep on chasing it and hoping you're going to get what you need. You will never get it. We realize that. The sooner we know that no matter what we do in this geographic area, it's never going to work. The sooner we realize it, what we saw in 1967, the rest of Nigeria, the war of 1967 is not going to be a war of 2020 or 2021 or 2022. No, it's not going to be. Because Middle Belt is sitting there. Their land is being ravaged, not by the so-called Biafrans or Igbos. It is by Fulanis who lied to them and told them that Middle Belt, that Benue State is actually the center of Nigeria. And Benue State is in northern Nigeria. That Kogi State is part of northern Nigeria. That Taraba State is part of northern Nigeria. So our belief in saying, okay, we have a country, we have independence, we are called Nigeria. Our belief of having a country is not their own belief. Why the Southerners and Southern Christians and Muslims alike are basically jumping upside down and carrying Nigerian passport and flying Nigerian flag and shouting, "God bless Nigeria." The northern Nigeria is saying, yes, this is our territory and the state of our grandfathers. They made that rule and they believe that policy. So the policy is not of yesterday. It is not of today. It's not something that actually just cropped up from nowhere. This is a policy that started long time ago, even before we were born, when Ahmad Bello was actually celebrating Nigerian independence. When Osman Dan Fodio and his army said, "Jihad, jihad, God, go on, let us go on and fight, and let us claim a country that doesn't belong to us." That is the law in Nigeria. So when the Biafrans said, "We told you so, we told you so," and now you're experiencing what we were hoping will never happen. Now you're experiencing it. What are you going to do about it? Some of them are still saying, "Oh no, we want the corporate existence of Nigeria. We don't want anyone to abridge it." Now, you have a choice. The choice you have is either to join Biafrans in preserving and saving your life and talk about a country later, or you go on and pledge allegiance to Hausa Fulani and bow down to the Emirate and accept the Nigerianness where they believe belongs to their forefathers, where they have said that Nigeria is an estate of their grandfather. So now you are living on borrowed land. So if your women are raped in the bushes, if your men cannot farm anymore, don't blame the Hausa Fulani. You blame yourself, because Nigerians has allowed the Fulani to take control of Nigeria. Nigerians has allowed the Fulani to manipulate things and keep control of everybody. Nigerians have the blame. The entire Nigeria, to the exclusion of Biafran. Because as I said before, and I'm saying it again, Biafrans in 1967 tried to do something about it. Now, the question is now. It's no longer a question of 2, 3, 4, 5, years ago, or 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, or 40 years ago. It's a question of now. What are we going to do? And what we are trying to do now is to, again, alert the world about what's happening and allow the so-called compatriots that this is not about Nigerian Biafran war. It is about your own survival. It is the sooner you join us, the sooner you believe that you can actually have peace with Biafrans. The sooner you realize it, then the better you will be. No, the die has been cast. It is a war between good and evil. Biafrans have never attacked anyone. Even during 1967, Biafrans were attacked. We defended ourselves. Yet, it is a problem for Nigeria, because they were expecting us to turn the other cheek and allow ourselves to be completely consumed. But we refused, and we rejected it, and we told the world no. And we fought, and we fought, and we did everything we can. Up until this moment, we are still doing the best we can. But I tell you what, sooner or later, everyone else is going to taste what Biafrans have tasted in 1967. And then we are going to sit out and say, okay, we told you so. So now, in the daytime, when your goat is dark, you can't look for it in the dark. You have to look for that goat in broad daylight and catch a glimpse of this goat and basically bring it under control. Because Chijie, you will not distinguish. You will not even find the goat, talk less of apprehending it. It takes one state in the so-called Middle Belt. It takes one single state in Nigeria to balance the equation. If Benue State can actually go on and drink akam, or maybe drink alamamafa, or something that will give them common sense, if they can be able to smell their own nose and know that yes, there's no way Middle Belt, or there's no way Nigeria. There's no map in this world that will determine that a southern part will then become a north. Because practically, if Abuja is the epicenter of Nigeria, everything underneath is southern. So if the lies of the caliphate continue to perpetrate and continue to penetrate into these people's ear, it is sooner they will realize that no, they're actually southern state and start costing with southern state. If I can have yoga, and the matter of fact, I get. So when we are, it's not just about Biafra, because some of them are making excuses and saying, no, we don't want Biafra. Oh, these Biafra people. Oh, this every time. Yeah, Biafra. Why are you allowing their countrymen and women to be slaughtered? Are you blaming now Biafrans who said they are not going to partake in this orgy of violence? What are you doing to save your people? when you have acquiescence your loyalty, when you have given your loyalty to some people who doesn't even deserve it, when you have changed your name, when your state is in the southern tip of any geography, and then you claim to be northern part of Nigeria. So who do you blame? No, I'll blame you. So the blame lies with the Middle Beltans to wake up and realize they are not northern Nigeria. That is why Joseph Taka rose up and challenged Manu Bello and challenged Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and told them, this is my place. This is what I want, and what we need is Middle Belt People's Congress. We are not northerners, quote and unquote. Joseph Taka of Middle Belt. So what happened? What happened to that zeal? What happened to that spirit of people who are knowledgeable of who they are? Forget Biafra. Don't mention Biafra. But how about you? You see, self-preservation is what Biafrans are all about. We must protect our homeland. And as far as Fulani continue to exist in Nigeria, as far as continue to be expeditionary, trading in human blood, trading in human lives, trading in everything else that comes with life. As soon as Kuda continue to do that, Biafrans must resist, and we will continue to resist. Sooner or later, I say that now you want aka we aka nenu. Sooner or later, you wait to aka now. Your hands must come down. You're not gonna hang your hand all forever and ever. So Fulani if it was not for the conveyance of southern Nigeria and the Middle Belt, where Fulani could actually be expelled in Nigeria very quickly. But they're using the Biafran money and using the Biafran people's resources and sharing it to those money mongers among us. And then they are keeping everybody else down. My dearest sisters, the day of reckoning is coming. And I can assure you that the day of reckoning is coming. Whether Biafra come today or tomorrow, people are going to ask questions. You are going to be asked a question. And that question must be answered by you or your posterity. All these Ethiopian and all these Igbo governors who are actually Madam Bugwani, including you, a day of reckoning is coming. Because if the southern extraction are intelligent enough, if our people can actually exhibit a little bit of common sense that God gives them, they would have persuaded some Middle Beltans to see reason to join them in their caucuses. And that will actually assuage a lot of people. It's that simple. So Biafra restoration have so many solutions. It's not about war. We don't want war. Nobody wants war. If you go out and understand what war does to a country or what war does to people, you will run away from war. But Fulanis have declared war on Nigeria for a long time. But Nigerians cannot see it. So when you see cattle railers waving AK-47, you ask yourself a question. You ask yourself that question. And the answer you get tonight will actually set you either on the path of freedom or maybe will push you towards slavery, continuous enslavement in Nigeria. I thank my co-panelist, my brother Nemene. You've done wonderful for your country and you continue to do that. I told you that's a gift to Biafrans. I know we have you on loan from God himself. So that is why I said, as good book has actually said, do my prophet no harm. Touch not my anointed. And then you are anointed child of God, and God will continue to protect you because you are doing a wonderful work for Biafrans. And Biafrans will remember. And history will. And all my co-panelists, history will honor you and continue to honor you. And time again, I have spoken and I've said it, that God Almighty will thank the one in any family. Because it is like, what in the hell? These are God's chosen people. And have actually taken it upon themselves to make sure that Biafrans are basically people who are not abandoned or forgotten, but people who ought and who deserve to be rescued. And some of us who are called upon to do these things are happy that some really rose up to the occasion and heard the voice. Thank everyone. I thank my dear sister Ifoma. I saw anybody called the unfair. Although unfair, speak it in English. If I good. Thank you so much, my dear sister. Thank you. We love you, and we believe that Biafrans have heard your voice. Sooner or later, they're going to begin to internalize your sound wisdom. Your words is music. Thank you again. May God continue to bless Biafrans and may God lead us in this battle. Thank you again, my brother Neme.
Yes, thank you, Ichediko Chinawata. Of course, we cannot thank you enough. We do know, yes, a very, very outstanding, outspoken, clear, good guy. Of course, we know that he has been with us. He has been doing a lot of things, working sometimes without your knowledge to preserve the integrity of what we are doing. And he mentioned something. Yes, one of Nain's family, that's another wonderful people. We have to be very, very grateful to, and so we thank them. We pray that God will continue, of course, to bless and strengthen them, support them, protect them, give them all that they deserve. I am saying this because it's good to live on a good note. Those people who have goodwill and have projected it towards the goodness, yes, the betterment of our people deserve something wonderful, and they will get it. And before we conclude finally, I want to leave you with these words of advice from a man called John Mason. And I want to quote him, and he said, "Dream about the future and act before it occurs." I want to repeat, dream about the future and act before it occurs. He went down to say, the person with imagination is never alone and never finished. You were created for creativity. Your eyes are designed to look for opportunity. Your ears, listen for direction. Your mind requires a challenge, and your heart longs for the best way. Make a daily demand on your creativity. Everything great started as somebody's daydream. Successful people are first dreamers. The wonder of your imagination is this: it has the power to light its own fire. Ability is a flame, but creativity is a fire. Originality sees things with fresh vision. Unlike an airplane, your imagination can take off day or night in any kind of circumstances. Let it fly. And I'll leave it here. That was from John Mason. Yes, in his book, he called 101 Nugget of Truth. We are here, and we are here to tell you the truth. We will continue to project, to preserve the truth. We are not here to make up anything, and that's why we always say to you, you may not believe us. Please, you go into research, go find out for yourself. Some or most of the things we have said here, go into research to find out for yourself that the truth will remain sacrosanct as we live it. Yes, thank God for Radio Biafra. Ochinawata said, and he prophetically mentioned it, we wouldn't have been here without, yes, God's providence. Yes, we have been sustained for so many. Go and ask them. They will tell you this radio is miracle. Yes, miracle radio. I have to be very honest to you. And many of us who are with us will tell you that is a miracle radio because God's hand is in it. Without that, we wouldn't have come so far. We have been live 3 solid years and counting. Yes, about 3 years and 6 months. We've been live broadcasting on this radio. Unstoppable. I said, and I want to repeat, we have never gone down. Go on our satellite, tune the radio, leave it for life. You will notice we are 247 radio station, not the Chaka Bomb, not the Abawaloso type of radio station. No, because he has said you have to come, and we came, and that is why you are hearing what he's saying. And we enjoy you to share on your Facebook this particular broadcast. Go share it on your WhatsApp. Go do the same on every social platform where you are. By doing so, you are you are partaking in the awakening of our people to, of course, do the needful. This is the time. Tomorrow may be too late. And so we thank you for being part of this program. Be very rest assured we will come your way next weekend. But within the week, if our co-host Odimoral, he may be coming. I can't be too sure for now, but I want to say to you, we are 247 radio station. Tune in anytime. You will, if you're not listening to a live program like you are listening now, you will listen to recorded program. And we thank you. We cannot thank you enough. Don't forget, it takes two to tango. We are here on this side, and you are on the other side. And that is what makes it, yes, a workable solution, a solution that indeed will bring forth some sort of fruit. That fruit is freedom. That fruit is liberty. That fruit will enrich the world. Of course, will allow Biafrans to actualize themselves and indeed bring out their God-given potentials to benefit humanity. On that note, I want to say to you, thank you again, and remain your very good self. We'll be drawing the curtain at this point. We are going, but we have not gone to sleep. Yes, we will continue to rage on this issue. Remain your very good self, and God bless you. Thank you.
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.
Yes, this is not the kind of debate. All we want is Biafra people. All we want is Biafra. All we want is freedom. All we want is Biafra. All we want is freedom. Oh Lord, my God. Oh Lord, my God. We need our freedom. We need our peace to reign. We need our freedom. We need some peace to reign. Killing and fighting everywhere. We need some peace to reign. Jumpers everywhere. Brothers do not know his brothers anymore. Let us keep our heads together as one. Peace to reign. Oh Lord, my God. All we want is Biafra. All we want is freedom. All we want is Biafra.
Lord, and I can't complete. I am here calling you, oh Lord, praying to you, singing to you, oh Yahushua, because they made us slaves in our own land. I can remember once upon a time in the Bible where the Israelites used songs and praises to tread on the wall of Jericho. This is the kind of miracle we need for our freedom. We know you can answer us as you answer Israelite the days of their slavery in Egypt. They might shoot us, they might kill us. Blushes everywhere. Give us Biafra. Give us freedom. Oh Lord, I hope I call upon you.
All we want is love. All we want is freedom. All we want is love. All we want is freedom.
Oh, what Daddy, the Master 2020. I can champion of Bakola when on all of my before you became with you. Because when I stay safe, we must have Corona when not money from Mato. Before what they say about holiday now, what can see just again. I want to know before you became with you.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people, you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude.
Radio Biafra International, empowering the people.